Hola, peeps. Um, I'm here for a minute at least. I should not be, and I do not want to. However, I am. Um, I'm exceptionally sick. Continue to worsen. And I've been trying to stroll around the streets, just chill today, kind of intake a little bit of this with that, but and try to keep my mind off being this craptastic feeling. Anyway, after visited a creator's room in here, and I don't know, 5-10 minutes, became pretty apparent that all things that all the things are right there in the open once again, right in front of all of y'all. In Sebastian's case, and the problem though is that it's being assigned and guilt laid only one or two people's feet, and the group's still not out in all the players, right? Of course they're not. And they're not, you know, it behooves them not to do so, and half of them are scared shitless to dox, or not dox, but out those far above them, and how they've gotten up to shit for them in each and every one of these cases. Anyway, uh, I gotta tell you, hearing Smiley there, Soap Eater, of the stalker of children, sexually explicit talking and body shaming of minor children, that type of thing. That little cretin, that liar, pants on fire weirdo, psycho crazy from freaking Florida, with her own dope-tastic kid she needs to be worrying about. That one. I'd love to tell you it was shocking what came out of her mouth. It really doesn't. It's really not. Really not. Um, well, I mean, it ain't the first time I've heard similar out of it. Y'all just keep forgetting and pretending it's okay. It's not okay. But, what I'm gonna do is start somewhere here.
hour, and Smiley.
No, this is nonsense. Plain Smiley
ate it up. First of all, bitch, Smiley didn't eat shit up. I was stunned. I said, okay. I said, I'm fixing to do a live, but just interrupt me when you come in. It's fine.
Georgia, when a mod comes into a chat and if somebody's making comments, so like that Tony account, they should have clicked on the account, went over and saw the follower, sent it to Seth, one of their connections to Seth, because they've all been in communication with Seth, Seth's mom, Tony, all of those people. They could have easily sent it over, asked them, hey, can you get this verified? Is this Tony's account? That's what they should have done. But instead, she just sat there for an hour telling the most ridiculous story, looking like a dumbass because she got trolled by somebody. And Rickety Cricket is taking credit for it. We don't know who it is behind it.
I'm with me. Just whatever. I didn't have time to check it. I took it. I will take accountability. I just took it as it was Tony.
Didn't have time to check it, ma'am. It takes 2 seconds. It takes 2 seconds. And instead of Justin, Spanky, the dumb himself, who I can't stand because he's a doxing piece of shit.
Oh, and we'll get there, but this is the same stuff they've done this summer to all of us. And all of you all.
Shit. And if you think he doesn't dox, well, ask Jared Lysick's victim, who he doxed down to her social security number. Yeah, that one, and his best buddy, ICU, who is nothing but trouble too, who likes to dox people, hunt people down, especially victims. She likes to harass victims. She's done it to many people, such as Jose in the Summer Wells community, and she's still currently doing it to families. You know, ICU, that bots for her too.
Nah, but so did Jenny and Adrian and the rest, and McDonough, and y'all forget that, right? But McDonough, Josh, and Justin were the ones over, and Jenny and Adrian helped hunt down everything too, and had spoken to him before as well. Yeah, so whatever, right?
Instead of spending time trying to figure out questions to ask Seth, they should have spent 5 minutes vetting that was actually even that account. But they're real good at what they do, aren't they?
Seth does come in here all the time.
And then Jose definitely had the flavor when he came out. Because there had been, unbeknownst to you all, quite a while between the time they found Jose and when he finally came here. He definitely did his studying and, hey, will you add more forest fruiting? And that got busted pretty quickly, and then it was, yeah, they did away with Jose pretty quickly after that, so it didn't lead back to them. Carrying on.
And I assumed, and I'm not getting on any of my mods, it was just crazy that night. I just assumed somebody checked it. I never dreamed. Again, we take people as words over here.
Oh, okay.
But anyway.
I'm gonna call bullshit. This is the excuse every time they all as a team create these fake accounts to, in somebody's name or the other and do these manipulation tactics and all sort of stuff and with those accounts and try to lure in people or try to use them to harm or to make others think, these are the real XYZs. They all know it really is indeed one for all for one. Carrying on. And I dare anybody to blame Benny for this one, because guess what? Benny ain't around, but I guarantee you we all know who to blame and who's behind. The slip of the tongues here. Anyway, carrying on.
I guess it wasn't checked because they was in and then they was out. They said, okay. They said, okay. I said, just interrupt me if you come back before I get finished with what I'm doing. They was in and they were gone.
Excuses.
In the meantime, people started crowding in. I guess people was going to get everybody. Oh, I skipped through some of what I had planned. Again, I'm just telling you word for word.
It's to make her look like she was actually put upon by all this, no responsibility, denying knowledge of what they all did as a team in this.
How it happened. The truth is the fucking truth.
Bullshit.
So in the meantime,
the truth is the truth. Why don't you tell people what you were trying to get into last week? Were you trying to attend a Zoom court hearing, Smiley? I'm just asking because of somebody in the comment section asked me if I knew where you were. Well, I know where Trevor Lee was. So you being included in that, were you attempting to get into child custody hearings of a minor child too? Just wondering. Why would they put you in the same line as Trevor Lee if you weren't there, Smiley?
And I'll tell you why. Because Trevor Lee was asked to. That way they could have, got close enough to the manipulation tactics and all things, right? It's a good way to get inside of court proceedings, to figure out what's going on, isn't it? And then feed it back out to hire folks with dirty hands. And then they wanted to hedge their bets with Smiley. In case Trevor didn't get any of it. Anyway, yeah. Somebody placed and inserted, did whatever Trevor around Sebastian's, much like they did Trevor around Summers. Notice Trevor was champion for all the things in Summers, right? Came with a pre-built, can't touch this story too. Probably not. But in Summers, he absolutely tried to get around anyone and everyone. Searchers, inside info, tried to wrap around PIs, tried to wrap around this, LE that, news sources, journalists, people were building him to make him look like just an advocate in the community. It's helped get his face on the news more than a few times. Trust out there built in him, right? To make him an end-all be-all to where families, survivors, they would buy it more. And it worked pretty well until. Now, we've been trying to tell you all, for the longest time, that shit don't smell right. Right, but every time we did that, everybody was like, no, 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 not Trevor. But if you knew what kind of shit, or paid attention to the shit he's gotten up to in Summers, and now that you have this to mash together and see, wait a minute, smells a little off, right? Trevor's been doing the dirty work of a few and built up. And then I think he tried to see his way out of it semi, you know? But then there was just like one last thing to do. But if you also notice, Trevor's the reason Sebastian's case was ever really picked up and procured, hunted, if you will. He's the one that found it, procured it, and then kept pushing it for days. With which other creators? Until it became a big thing around here? Yeah, go fish. Try me. First one, be like, oh, this is similar to, and all these things, and the narrative starting to build all the things, right? It was pushed and pushed and pushed you all, and then, by God, YouTube latched on, didn't they? Especially after big ones circling Trevor latched on and made sure to push, push, push it. You know? Yeah. Anyway, and I guarantee you, whatever he was trying to be part of, I'd almost guarantee you that if all communications were pulled from Trevor and several others, it would show you that he was most likely supposed to feed back, or would anyway, info from inside of that court stuff and his witness status and everything. And that was the intent. Now, I also can tell you like I have it. There was a reason. Like from the day he did that garbage on Crime Lines Online. I was like, that's it. I've had it. I knew why even he took pause and acted like it's because it would help break me down, right? Because it was Trevor saying XYZ about me. And I told Josh because he was afraid of what he knows I know. And that ain't no domestic violence advocate or otherwise that would say that shit. Victims advocate, otherwise it's just not. Masks come off, man. Anyway, carrying on.
Or attempting to be there, Smiley.
Hold on, I'm getting this. It says, so the second one he sent her, it says, shows you they don't vet accounts. I made the Tony account 10 minutes prior, and Seth comes on sounding drunk and attacking random.
KDB. Yep, absolutely was. That's why I'm pissed, and I'm sick and tired of all of this shit. Yep, absolutely was. Attempted to be. Yeah, he wasn't allowed. Yeah, he was attempting to be a witness for the one he interviewed, but he wasn't allowed in. Remember I told you guys I've been getting emails from people?
So somebody shut him down,
here,
thankfully.
Ain't nobody. Another creator has been having issues with certain people too, and people have been telling all sorts of stuff. That's why I'm disgusted, because you don't even remotely get. And I've given him opportunity after opportunity to be truthful with everybody, Trevor Lee. And you're completely misleading people around you, because I don't think for 1 second those people around you would condone that. Not even. Good question. Exactly. Good question. How do you want?
Actually, what if I told you those around him weren't just condoning it? They were the planners of it, and Trevor just enacted it because other folks are already being looked at sideways for a whole lot of fuckery through several cases. And many recordings and weird shit. Anyway.
Understand why people are pissed? You understand there might have been a little bit more going on in the situation that he was trying to take out on people? Well, you guys are all sitting here cussing Clue out and shit like that.
People, it was great. So they thought this shit was funny. They don't take into account, yeah, Rickety Crickets is the name.
Yes, I can repeat it for those that just came in. Yeah, that's why I've been attempting to be quiet, and that's why I've been upset, and that's why I'm sick of the divide that it's been causing. I said what I said. Him and other people who have been doing things on behalf of Nina, like recording phone calls, shit like that, were attempting to affect a child custody case. He was attempting, Clue said it in the comments too.
No, dear God, you mean like Jenny and Adrian and the rest, the only did with hours and everything? No, they'd never do any such fucking thing. Here. When they realized there are satelliting cases around active and ongoing investigations, would they? And shit, also, if you can get in on one and you can get, word and info back to your top tier tragedy pimps about what's going on in and around and inside of those courtrooms. Well, then you've got a super bonus, don't you?
He was attempting to be a witness for Nina. He was not allowed in. He was there the entire time.
Fun fact, they attempted to do that same thing with the child shit they all spearheaded in with Monster, etc., all that crap, and all the other usual players involved. They also tried to make it to where there would be sort of ready-made witnesses. Hopefully, they could get in there with all that shit so they could be back up. And all the shit in court cases, right? Carrying on.
People have been defending him, defending his character. And I feel so bad because it's been causing a lot of, they think that we're just being mean about Trevor. We don't understand how good he has done for other things. Oh, I get it. But it will never overshadow trying to involve yourself in a child custody case where we don't know any of the parties involved. Let me be very clear. We don't know how their home works. We don't know what goes on. He shouldn't, there is no way he could be. Nothing. There's no way he could be. In my sense, like, and you got to remember, I don't talk to anybody involved in this shit like that. I get information from people who are associated with other creators who have been in these situations and doing stuff for the other side, which is so weird to me. But he is using the credibility of many amazing creators who I genuinely like and respect. And they're doing this thing, well, he's done.
You might want to think about the way that actually flows. That's all I'm saying.
So great for all of these other people. He wouldn't do anything. How would he? He is such a great guy. I'm sorry that ends when you involve yourself to the point where you are listed as a potential witness for a mother that has nothing to do with YouTube. You don't know her. You don't know anything about what goes on in their house. You don't know what goes on the other side. You could have had some sort of outcome in their child custody case. How dangerous to involve a minor.
But they've done it in Summers too. To several of us, the same thing. Same thing. To extremes you can't imagine it, even though it was played out here for y'all's entertainment.
Dangerous to involve a minor. I've given grace. I've told him to be honest with people. I've told him it was going to come out. Go check my comments from yesterday. I can show you. People know. Let me show you an example. I don't know whose account this is, but they sure as hell know what's going on. This is just from a few minutes ago. I took this. Ask Smiley and Trevor Lee where they were on day of the hearing. Need to stay in their lane. I don't know whose account that is still. I don't know if Smiley was there. I know where Trevor Lee was. Trevor Lee, y'all. Trevor Lee. Not Trev757. Trevor Lee.
And they are right now getting T-Rev and Trev mixed up.
T-Rev757. Yeah. Why would I lie to you guys? There's no need to lie about this shit. Why do you think there's all this throwing shade going on? Because there's been a lot of fuck shit going on in the background that people are trying to cover up. I have sat...
Yeah, through many cases. Same crew. And they build the little untouchables, new characters for the next one. Trevor was it for this one, but Trevor was also part of it for Summers. Y'all think that $2,000 donation is more of a entrance fee, an investment, if you will.
Again, I'm not going to tell you who, and it's not any of the ones that you see in the comment section. This person doesn't come over here and comment. Well, once or twice they have.
And nonsense. They're gonna go hard at making sure nobody outs him for this one, because if all things and all pieces in play and players are outed, the whole house of cards is going to crumble around Trevor and the rest, and the ones that are really truly responsible for the main shit. I mean, and a lot of the crap y'all see in and around these cases, but the worst things around. So, I, yeah. So they're gonna claw, dig, do anything they can to just put this off on Trev or on Smiley or whatever, and, or get bigger bullshit drama to start to where it makes y'all forget and you go complacent and turn away from what's happening right now and getting to the core of the problem and outing them all and getting them the hell out of, or them facing criminal or legal consequences for what all they've done in many cases, including.
But none of you would know who it is that's giving me this information that's associated with another creator who's been involved in all this stuff. A lot of you wouldn't have a clue. And that's the way it's going to stay. Because I don't fuck with child custody cases. I don't fuck with people's private information. And no, it's not the family. No, it's nobody involved like that. You do not put children at risk. Do you hear me? Yeah.
So I want to shout that to the back row for all the creators that not only got in one, but made it happen and manipulated it to happen, and a monster who wanted to pay for, making it happen and all that, and did their bidding for drama and money and profit, and then they inserted and twisted. You want to tell the back row that of all your all's major creators in Summer's case and their little helpers and 40 owls and all that? Screaming out loud. Jenny, Adrian, Penny. Well, BK's gone now, and Tim's part Rojo, Lips, Scott H, so many others, Linda, of course, Monster, and other have like, seriously. And, Ziggy was involved, I don't know how many other creators ran with that shit, and everybody else, knowing better the whole time. And they all knew what was being done, including Chase. Alright, here now.
No, I did not. I haven't told anybody. There's a few of us, I'm sure, that knew. Blue knew. There's a few of us that have known. Because this stuff gets around and people are really upset. They're really, really upset because that's taken it too far. And although he has done amazing things for other families, I'm not going to discredit that. But I need you guys to understand that everything he has done has been intentionally to harm the Proudfoots. Even being willing to show up.
Honey, he's kind of done that in all the cases, even, thinking, oh, we had a flyer, though. Or whatnot in each one. He was just trying to acquire and be the end-all be-all in the insert, right? Y'all gonna have to get a program. I've been telling you.
To testify on behalf of complete strangers. You're 22 years old. That would be like my daughter getting involved in a stranger's custody hearing that she doesn't know shit about. And then some outcome coming from it. There's kids involved in this, y'all. It's a big deal.
Yeah. And do remember at one point, Trevor and Justin circled orbits, right? With the others, top tier ones. As Trevor tried to do stuff with Justin with that Gabby's fund that was actually expired and didn't have the right stuff and all. Everybody forgets about all the things, don't they?
Why do you think he sent creators specific stuff to expose Tony and Nina? Why do you think he purposely hand-fed that off? Why do you think he was uncomfortable and didn't want me on Granny's panel? Granny said she was protecting him. I don't have no qualms about that.
Probably because he was told who to send it to start disseminating the info, make more buffers, get more creators involved, though they wouldn't have realized the extent of their involvement until it's far too late, and then they'd be wrapped up in it, wouldn't it? Hard to call anybody out. Same song and dance.
It's her right, but I'm sorry. I'm going to protect innocent victims and family members over a fucking YouTube creator. It's so horrifying. Yeah, Clue. Yeah. Yep. Is there any questions on that? Because there you go.
And let's make it clear that this will do here also did things they knew were false, hid things and stuff, and played roles in creating narratives around Dawn and Candace. Intentionally so, and helped hide others helping in it, and never said a peep. So, it shows what part, how far in. And that's not an advocate at all. It's creating false narratives with tricky ass shady shit and never calling it out and pretending everybody and their buddies are. It's fine.
There's the truth. So all of you, go ask him. He has so much respect for everybody. Go ask him. Oh, Duchess, I just opened my mouth. I'm done. Y'all continue to support this guy who actively attempts.
And remember, he also did follow around Candace for quite a long time, like a fucking stalker, taking pictures of everything in trash cans and shit and car washes and all that too. Remember? And then he tried to insert with he did. After he got a little spiffy look about him, he wanted in and around search crews. Got in there at least once. He tried getting around LE, PIs, you name it. Right? Doing all the things. Same thing he's doing Sebastian.
Tempted.
But it's for others.
What? Because of his association with Seth? They don't know Nina. No, he was not allowed. He was not allowed. No. Again, all of this is sealed, y'all.
And all of the things and the way he was built and perceived here allowed those like the Proudfoots and others to trust him. Along with him managing to get his face on the news as you all continued to build him and laud him. And oh no, he's just a good guy. It enabled people to go, oh, well, this kid don't seem so bad. Look, he's on the news. He's this. He's untouched, which is a sweet little guy. And in that, he gains the trust of other families, and then PIs the scenario and inserts, hooks, pulls in Sebastian's over here. If it weren't for Trevor and his little crew, y'all probably would have never heard of Sebastian. And that's fucking true. But they pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and made it a thing. Then they built the narratives around Chris and Katie. Even despite what behavior panel, everything else said from the get, they did all the things. And y'all helped build it up to where others would essentially trust this one more, who was only trying to get near inserted like he did in Summers in order to get info for this group. and maybe make a career, do whatever for himself, while pretending these weren't his origins and that's not who he was and not the type of shit he got up to. But for those of us who know, we know.
Thank God it's all sealed because it's a child. It's a family law situation. I don't know if Slimy was there or not, but according to that comment, I don't know who that is. I don't know. Don't care. But why would anybody attempt to be a witness for complete strangers to affect this shit?
To feed it to bigger pimps. That's why. Those who sent him to do it. That's why.
I don't know if Chloe was there. Couldn't answer. Don't know. This is what I tried to get him to be honest with everybody about. This is why I was nice to him. I tried to.
He'll take the hit and fall on the sword, and others try to clean up and mix up and get you all confused to where y'all never figured out the rest of the group and the real ins and outs of everything and what was truly done here and what is being done here. And how many are terrified that it get fully outed.
These are YouTubers, people. So when you say you're a child advocate and people are running around giving him props about being a child advocate doesn't involve yourself in shit like that. Sorry, it is what it is. Clue's been trying to tell you guys. I've seen her. We see each other. And I can tell you, none of what I have gotten has came from anybody in this chat right now. Not a single soul. And or the parents. People are fed up and they realize how dangerous what a dangerous situation they had walked themselves into. And some people around certain creators are really upset that they would even do this and have came to me with a lot of information wanting me to expose them from a different standpoint. I don't play with minor children in court custody cases, period.
Or those involved are sending others to you to make sure that Trevor's the only one still eating and I stay on him and not anywhere else. Watch yourself.
It never be the case. This isn't anything that I find funny. Yeah, Nina's case. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't really do copy and paste from messages as information or facts. Unless it was from a reliable source or Trevor himself. You know?
You guys are as stumped as I am. Like, I don't even know how that would legally work because random strangers.
But it wouldn't surprise me we had people doing this from hours and minutes after summer vanished. I've linked quite a few of those back up into this group. Had boots on the ground already doing fuck shit and trying to get near the command center. Those link back to AB and others. Sweetie Pie, Serafina, a few of the others, this and the other. But definitely AB. First ones inserting were linked to AB and McDonough and a few others. Linda, a few locals. I mean, it was pretty widespread, but yeah, the first ones we could name on the ground, within minutes and hours, they definitely came out of, ABs. At least in that circle, which also included me.
It's all hearsay. Again, from my understanding, it wasn't allowed. But even the willingness.
Matt Gilbert is a piece of shit. That's all I'm saying. So we don't take anything Matt Gilbert fucking says for gospel right here. These are facts. Matt Gilbert is a local little stock. We ain't. Nope.
To be there, to even remotely put yourself in the position of that. That's why all of this shit's going on. It's not a game. Exactly, Cash. These are real people. These are real people at the end of the day. We was saying it right here. He was listed as a witness. Complete asshole move that could have greatly impacted the long-term effects of. Yeah. Maybe now people will understand why I've been so pissed off about the coddling of Trevor&TP.
Dear nonsense. They didn't care when it was done here in more extreme ways, right in front of the world. And that was their plan, was actually to make it to where it was harmful to little others. It's their plan when they were doing shit to Marlena's others, children around us. And they did do real harm.
He can be a great guy. At the same time, what he did is dangerous, it's ignorant, and it's disgusting. And I'm sorry, but the great guy status only goes so far. There is minor children involved. You are not even remotely, and again, these are sealed custody cases. Absolutely should be. But who the fuck is a YouTube stranger? I tried to tell you guys, I've tried to give you.
They tried the same thing with the boys and with hunters and everything else.
Hypotheticals, I've walked you to it. I've told you exactly what they did to Dre, and Dre's situation walked you through with Marvon, and that whole thing with what Katie and Molly Golightly did, trying to give you guys a hint to where I'm at. Oh, Am, you know how this has been eating at me. This has been eating me up, because to watch him be paraded around, and they were all like, everybody took the time to. Poor Trevor, poor Trevor. Seth is the father of a missing child, whether you like his behavior or not. There's probably a lot more.
That's why they built Trevor like that. He's untouchable. That's why he came in the storyline in 2000. He's just some kid that got into it, whatever, right? No. You're not supposed to touch him, man. He's done so much good, blah, 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 blah. But his friend at school, blah, 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 blah. No.
More that you guys don't know. Joneson, I'm not pissed at them. I'm not pissed at those people, but there was intentional things and people were warned. And that whole thing with what Katie and Molly Golightly did, trying to give you guys a hint to where I'm at. Oh, Am, you know how this has been eating at me. This has been eating me up, because to watch him be paraded around, and they were all like, everybody took the time to. Poor Trevor, poor Trevor. Seth is the father of a missing child, whether you like his behavior or not. There's probably a lot more that you guys don't know. Joneson, I'm not pissed at them. I'm not pissed at those people, but there was intentional things and people were warned. People were warned. And they see numbers and a show versus real life harm that's being done. And It is what it is. Slimy. It brought her a good show, right? It causes divide because he's not being honest with
you. Oh, y'all give me just a second. Alright. Sorry. It's taking more minutes. Yeah. I just put it out fresh. Just because you weren't here to view it doesn't mean it didn't happen. She's on it.
any of these people that are putting the lab. The lab defended him. Now, let's put this into play for a second. Jonesy, you might be talking about people I'm not talking about too. you might be thinking people I'm not thinking about. Because let's talk about the lab for a second. So we know for a fact of Josh's mouth that he was holding that call to release on the day of the court hearing. Him and Trevor are good buddies. They listened to the call together. Do you think for 1 second that the lab didn't know that Trevor was being called as a witness for Nina? Again, it didn't happen. But all of these people ran and fired up lives to defend Trevor Lee. Meanwhile, Seth has a missing child, whether we like him or not, whether we like his behavior or not. Look at all the people who have rallied to defend and condone Trevor, put their credibility on the line. It's basically a Steph and Julia. People were lending their credibility to Trevor Lee because he's such a good guy. He can be a good guy, but he made a huge fucking mistake. He can be a good guy. And by condoning that shit and how he did the cover-up of look over here, not over there, and he knew I knew. Why do you think he's not?
This ain't the first time. It ain't first cover up or fuck with. I'm telling y'all. This ain't a one-off and an oopsie. And, this was a planned maneuvering that involved many things and pieces and, yeah, people.
Nice to me in comment section because he was waiting to see. When I went up on Granny's panel yesterday, Granny was worried that I was going to gang up on him. Granny was worried. I don't know if Granny knows the extent of this. I don't know if he's been honest with anybody. I genuinely don't, and it's not my business. I wasn't going to tell anybody. There's one person that regrets how far they got involved, and I'm actually glad that that person regrets how far they got involved. The audio, I kept saying yesterday that audio is a minor piece of this. Minor piece of this. Think about the calculation of setting this up to help a complete stranger in a child custody case. The coordination and the calculation to release calls to character assassinate. Chris Proudfoot to try and sign up witnesses that are complete random strangers, 22-year-old young men, to help paint a narrative. Then Josh takes it a step further. Went up on Granny's panel yesterday. Granny was worried that I was going to gang up on him. Granny was worried. I don't know if Granny knows the extent of this. I don't know if he's been honest with anybody. He was holding that call to release on the day of the court hearing. Him and Trevor are good buddies. They listen to the call together. Do you think for 1 second that the lab didn't know that Trevor was being called as a witness for Nina? Again, it didn't happen. But all of these people ran and fired up lives to defend Trevor Lee. Meanwhile, Seth has a missing child, whether we like him or not, whether we like his behavior or not. Look at all the people who have rallied to defend and condone Trevor. Put their credibility on the line. It's basically a Steph and Julia. People were lending their credibility to Trevor Lee because he's such a good guy. He can be a good guy, but he made a huge fucking mistake. He can be a good guy. And by condoning that shit and how he did the cover-up of look over here, not over there, and he knew I knew. Why do you think he's nice to me in comment section? Because he was waiting to see. When I went up on Granny's panel yesterday, Granny was worried that I was going to gang up on him. Granny was worried. I don't know if Granny knows the extent of this. I don't
know. I'm pretty sure Granny knows. And there's no way you can say Granny doesn't know about Chasing Truth, Jenny and Adrian's history. No, is there? And you know damn good and well that Chasing Jenny Adrian on outbilled Trevor too, and Trev's this and Trev's that, and defending him and all the things, even recently, all things. It wasn't just Granny concern. People wanted this to settle in before it could ever get large, and well, those that seem to hang around Granny's lately, they're all guilty of worse than even is being done in Sebastian's So it tells you really how far Granny can actually call out anyone or refuses to see things. But, and if she pretends she's upset about Trevor or anything else, to do with child custody or otherwise or other things or whatever with Trev, well, then I dare to have Jenny, Adrian, Chase, and the rest back on there and pretend that they aren't what they are. And I also watched Granny excuse Trevor's shit a while back, too. Remember that? Shit was picking up around Trevor. And, yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all was outraged. Where was this, fucking energy when it was happening in Summers to so many children here? With these same players. Ones you all are now like, we forget what they did. Oh, we're gonna pretend we didn't. We don't know. And will people grow and learn? Yeah, bullshit. Hell, they're still tampering in Summers. Think it's done yet? Think it's over? Hell no. And y'all are still sitting amongst them and with them, and y'all know what roles they played. And, come on now. No.
Know if he's been honest with anybody. I genuinely don't, and it's not my business. I wasn't going to tell anybody. There's one person that regrets how far they got involved, and I'm actually glad that that person regrets how far they got involved.
Hmm.
The audio, I kept saying yesterday that audio is a minor piece of this. Minor piece of this.
Yeah?
Think about the calculation of setting this up to help a complete stranger in a child custody case.
Yeah, think about the calculation and the setting up of, even though in comparison what they did in Summers to all of us, especially mine, was far more calculating and in depth and rotation. I mean, like, yeah, imagine how calculating. Somebody ought to ask Jenny and Adrian, certain abusers and Lips and Rojos and BKs. Well, you can't beat, well, you could, but Scott H's and the rest. And Lips and everybody, how calculating. Along with the pick me mods and preferred this and members that and little critters everywhere and fake accounts and ABs and oh dear, it's fine. And people releasing private papers from on minor child in this area. Somebody should probably ask AB about that. Right. Yeah, imagine how calculating. And imagine how calculating when they all went, including Jenny, Adrian, the rest, and all those. Tampered with courts in the middle of it. Chicken on sticks, part of it. Imagine, them tampering with judges and courts and law enforcement and services and DV environment. Yeah. Calculating indeed. And trying to plant witnesses so that they would be allowed in arrest. Yeah, imagine how calculating.
The coordination and the calculation to release calls to character assassinate Chris Proudfoot, to try and sign up witnesses that are complete random strangers, 22-year-old young men, to help paint a narrative. Then Josh takes it a step further, brings on experts, meanwhile knowing.
Like they did me and Little with our abuser. Or And I mean, imagine how calculating when they did this around all the other children, parents, and summers, and built narratives and set up shit to make it look one way and knew what they were all doing and knowing they were lying to you all. Yeah, imagine how calculating. Because it goes dirty, dark, and deep for sure.
Clue, I'll email you. I'll email you and tell you who. It's not a big creator, but somebody that was helping. It is what it is. I got blamed for him leaving YouTube. Running him off YouTube. I didn't do nothing to him. Not a single thing. Nina's story, if Nina's story has, she can tell her story, time and place. Again, it has nothing to do with that. The Happy Melon Clothes, where the fuck are you in my comment section?
She talking about Nita of the Nita Dollar Tribe with 423. Surely not, right?
Just leave. Like, you don't belong here. You and your stirring shit over here in Brittany J's. Go back to where you belong. It's not here. These are critical thinkers over here. If you think about the calculated movements, she has a story to tell. If she has the story to tell, let her tell her story. Timing of it? Mm-mm. Cliff, you guys are funny. You sit over there and talk shit about me all the time. I don't like people playing games in my face. You don't need to ride a fence. If you want to be a grown up and be an adult and be in here, cool. You've been fine in here today, but I just get sick of the bullshit. I get sick of the stirring because this ain't personal for me. This ain't personal about Trevor Lee. It's not personal about Brittany. It's not personal about Smiley. It's the fact that there are real families and victims here. There are real people behind the shit that you guys are fucking condoning. And subs do it too. There are real families being affected by the shit that you guys do. And people continue to play games and think it's some sort of personal thing.
And it is personal. For those like all of us. There's a difference. And we've been calling it out. And continuing to call it out. And people are like, but why? And whatever. And you're just being mean to the creators. And you just don't anybody this. And you're guilty. And that's why you're acting like you don't want another creator doing nothing. Or searching, blah, blah, blah. Or going real life. And if you would just log up. No. It is personal. And we do know what these others are in the other cases and things. Like and we do understand, at least some of us, that choose not to play with these tragedy pimps, released, collared, handled, spoken for, meat puppeted, that type of thing. Which, obviously, around Summers isn't very many. But, we've called it out for years. And, continuing to. For this very reason, so that maybe it didn't happen again. And again. And again. Well, you all, the whole world, and they're both like, oh, liars, this, whatever that. There's no way, you're crazy. There's not that level of planning and manipulating. No way could they do things like that. You're just Looney Tunes, right? It's works. For a great deal many, to call us crazy or nuts, whatever, and that is not it. They really do go to depths, we've said. Everything from, ground shit and emotional and and psych manipulation techniques, and goes from real life to online, and which is for us both, right? It's real life no matter which way, and to terrorizing families and certain encircling court cases, all these things. that are unfucking believable, which is what they count on if not compiled and there's not a long-lived history of, and you don't go back and you don't put the other cases and and all the things together. And that's what they rely on. But it's true. It is absolutely true. The tactics they use, repetitive ones, and the playbooks, and how they do these things. And it's right out here for you all to see out in the open, but people do not catch on, or they can't fathom or believe the world in which an entire group could work in that way, by online, and then go real life as well at the same time, and all these things, these pieces and people moving and ebbing and flowing in order to create these things and to destroy. They can't fathom it, but it's very real.
I don't give two fucks about her life. Brittany J. I'm talking about. Smiley. I don't give a shit. I was doxxed like 30 times in comment section yesterday. I went into Mobs this morning to see if that account would follow me over there. They wouldn't come over there. But by the way, any account with the name of misdemeanor and doxing Kyle and I, promoting Kyle's business, calling Kyle a druggie, y'all are fucking weird. Thanks for the promotion. But that's not, I mean, you guys allow the doxing in your comment section. Go on. Go on. Let's get back to this.
Rickety crickets. Oh, and y'all want to know how you can do that? Okay.
Listen.
It's easy. All you do is change your name. Annabella can tell you about that. Can you? That's how we called a mod. They changed, so that's how they cloned.
Annabella can tell you about them. But it ain't that, is it, Smiley? And as simple as someone changing their name. That ain't what's been done here. Not really. The upcoming clues to that will sort of tell you all if you've been paying attention to these lessons.
People, so you can change it twice within a month or something like that. Annabella, is that correct?
Acting like it was just a simple name change on a simple nothing account.
Twice, but if you fuck up and you don't change it back, you're really screwed. You're really screwed. That's how some people get caught.
Do you know who it is? If you do, tell us who it is, because I've never seen the account up until recently.
You can go.
By the way, Grey Pearl, if the real Grey Pearl is in here, Clue, you know who I'm talking about. They've cloned her too and are running around. They were in Deetz's comment section. They were in comment sections over here. They've been running around doing a bunch of shit. So there is a clone of Grey Pearl. I know that too. I saw it last night.
Go in there and change your name. Like I am Two Bears. She can change that to Rickety Crickets if she wants to, but she better change it back, and she better not do it twice within 14 days. Better not do it twice within 2 weeks, or you're screwed. You'll be stuck with that name, and you can't get it back.
Right. Easy way to gloss over what ain't even the truth remotely. And the people who don't understand quite the game, you'll understand in a minute.
That's how. Some people want to know. So that's how. Anyway.
No, it's not.
And then, hold on a minute. And then shows you how they vet. And then, and then he says, but it was nice to watch Smiley have her moment with Fall for everything she said about Katie. First of all, so Smiley was catfished, but Smiley reeled in the real fish, which your bunch didn't expect. Oh, and I heard he was over.
That wording, though, Smiley wasn't catfished, and then she's like, then Smiley used that to reel in the ruin. Oh, there's your slip. Y'all knew. And there's a reason that name, that account was running back and forth that night through several lives where they knew certain eyes would be. And then I guarantee you, if you went and looked at Seth or anybody else involved, all things, or someone near and Chris and the rest of you, I guarantee you, on a bunch of these nights, because I know it's been done to Chris, already compiled that shit a while back. That was with Crime Stories Obsessed. We watched that live and in real time and how they lured him in. By almost the same day. Look, this is not the first time the Sebastians are doing it. It ain't even the 4 billionth in summer. But, what's happening here is they know eyes and stuff are on, just like Crime Stories run certain groups. They put certain pieces out. They sort of manipulate things. They know Chris or Seth or whoever watching or partaking in certain groups, certain live streams, and then they put in certain salacious shit or fakes. And then with the personality of Chris, of course, he's gonna be like, "Hey, what the fuck is this?" Very image oriented, so they used that as they would talk crazy shit about him, whatever. He'd want to correct it at first. They knew that would lure him out. It did. And it's no different. They're using different methods of manipulation with Seth, this, and the other, but they're also using the fake accounts running around to do a whole bunch of this, and the fake them accounts. They've done that in Summers as well. One more notoriously than the other that got entirely blamed for it, though both had fake accounts in Summers, in a bunch of our names. And then a bunch of these same creators were like, "Oh, we didn't verify. Oh my gosh, we didn't realize that wasn't the right Jody Sue, the right monster, the right sibling, the right. Oh gosh," and then they'd sit up and rail at, or they'd hope one of us would get wind about, and we'd go to their room and jump up on panels and give them some material, or they would try to make others that were on panel believe other accounts were all of us. It wasn't talking shit to, fuck with our families, each other, the case, you name it. Yeah, this is nothing new. But they know that Chris and Seth and stuff they watch, I guarantee if you go through communications each of these times, somebody has told them clearly that something's happening in these rooms. And then it brought them over to, and they were seeing certain things and emotionally and psychologically triggered. And boom, there it is. And there's an interview with Smiley now, isn't it? Now, who's behind the accounts, you wonder? Wait for it.
Over on Illuminati's talk about the same thing. See,
nobody cares. Like, this isn't a game. There's a missing child here. I don't understand this competition for content thing. Like, you guys are fucking weird. YouTube creators are fucking weird. Sorry. I wasn't worried about you having somebody on. I knew there was a shit show brewing, and people have been trolling.
And that she's got the duper's delight smirk. She's very happy about how she hooked and really we were, yeah, all that. Though she's telling you she was actually the one who got fish. No, they all knew what was up. And they're convenient going live at, and I guarantee if you line up communications, like I said, it'll show. Now they did this again for the billionth time. But every time she looks down that name and reads it with the account and all that, man, they all know, and they all knew when they were doing this. And now they're trying to mindfuck you into believing it's, something else entirely. Oops, Smiley got catfish, but guess what? It was just stroke of luck. Then it helped fish for the fish. Yeah, bullshit. Carrying on.
Going and doing stupid shit. This whole shit is weird.
But they're all in this together.
And they had several rooms going in rotation at night, and with that account going in between them, not to troll, but to see which room or creator would be more palatable for the people they were obviously pretending to be, and that would then jump up on which panel. They gave them several options, you see.
But here's the
Prove it. prove that we're all in it together, because I've said it before, I stand alone. I stand very firm with the people I stand with, my islands of people. I have a very close few friends that I associate with. I don't have a fucking team. I don't have all this shit that people think, or the accusations of, well, you have a team or this or that. No, I don't. My team is my group of people. That's my team.
Thing.
I'm not Discord, messengers, shit. Nope.
Smiley didn't fall. Smiley was catfished because somebody in this group wanted Smiley to look like a fool because Smiley won't mention their names.
Yeah, because, like, just an account coming into your room with a troll, yeah, that would make you look like a fool. Bullshit. And this is how they gloss it over for y'all and make you eat it. And never wonder about the truth and what's hidden behind the curtain. And y'all buy this bullshit to explain it away and never know what's actually happening. This is it right here, right in front of your faces.
Smiley won't play their game.
How was the information about Trevor Lee sourced? Let me go back because I'm seeing comments and one of my mods just told me to address it. How was the information sourced? I have my ways. Secondly, there's documents. Third, I'm not going to show him. It's a child custody case. Ask Trevor Lee to be honest with you because I'm not lying to you. And if it has to get down to that, I'm sure we can make that happen. He should have been honest with all of you before. I don't say shit that I can't back up. Trust and believe. And on this one, I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm asking you to go to him. Go to him. Some of you have direct connections to him. Go to him and ask him, were you listed as a witness? You didn't get to be, but were you? Were you willing to be a witness for Nina? Ask him. Unless I get proof. Yeah. I'll see.
James.
Duchess.
Smiley is doing a whole lot better than them without them.
Am I'm sending you something.
Smiley just don't give a damn. But what happened was...
Right. That's why I'm like Justin and everybody else don't look her. They circle it. That's why she's still at Doug's ass, even though he's not on a platform. Yes. She's all out there all alone by her little self. She plays no games. Bullshit. Y'all seen her chat? Mm-mm. And her no. Come on, guys.
Smiley was going to do a live about something that had nothing to do with kids, nothing to do with...
Almost get rid of Ziggy, and then they make like a smiley. They start building this one up. It's like Ziggy 2.0.
with Sebastian.
Well,
Nothing to do.
It was victim status. We heard you. We saw the notes that you had. Bree says she drove a nail through Sebastian's face because she realized he was nowhere on the screen, and he still isn't. So, I mean, he does look like a fool, a whole damn fool. Bree, the way she frantically ran to get that hammer and she couldn't find her tape was crazy. Thank you, Cleo, for becoming a member. There was somebody else that became a member, too. J-Dub, Mickey, thanks for the gifted memberships, too. Touch Grass, I missed that, too. Thank you for always bringing the truth and facts.
And all you really have to look at is how Smiley changed her background from that one that a sub paid for and all that to have made for and put it behind her. It had all her merch and her Cash App stuff and the goofy looking cringe, right? And was blatant and bold as hell tragedy pimp shit. she's changed it back to the flower thing now. That she's got a little tension, like she's skyrocketing off with the Sebastian. Notice how she's changed that. Interesting, eh?
Others are trying to destroy it. But yeah, they absolutely were. It was a calculated, coordinated effect to affect Chris's custody case. It's the reality of what it is.
To do with any case, get off of here and go on about her business. Or do a live about something that had nothing to do with kids, nothing to do with Sebastian,
No,
nothing to do.
It was victim status. We heard you. We saw the notes that you had. Bree says she drove a nail through Sebastian's face because she realized he was nowhere on the screen, and he still isn't. So, I mean, he does look like a fool, a whole damn fool. Bree, the way she frantically ran to get that hammer and she couldn't find her tape was crazy. Thank you, Cleo, for becoming a member. There was somebody else who became a member, too. J-Dub, Mickey. Mickey, thanks for the gifted memberships, too. Touchgrass, I missed that, too. Thank you for always bringing the truth and facts. These motherfuckers are trying to destroy it. But yeah, they absolutely were. It was a calculated, coordinated effect to affect Chris's custody case. It's the reality of what it is.
To do with any case, get off.
It's not new around these streets. And y'all should remember who the players are that are here still amongst you is the best of the best, especially with these creators even calling this shit now, who did and have done and continue to do the same shit in and around Summer's case.
Off of here and go on about her business. Because, see, Smiley don't come on here 2, 3, 4, and 7 times a day like others do. Because I don't care about the money. That's when you see people doing that, they're the ones that care about the money. But what you did, you got Smiley on.
Now, before Sebastian, go back and look at if she's still coming up. Before she got the interview with Seth and Chris, whatever the hell it was, look back. She was absolutely going live 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day. She was putting up shorts, clips. She was trying to figure out the algorithms. She was dying, bro. She had like 12 views. She couldn't figure it out. She was like, holy shit. She couldn't even get 1,000. And that was just a couple weeks ago. And now she's going to pretend like we didn't all see her doing that because she was flipping out because she wasn't getting the views anymore, right? That were only ever 1 or 2 anyway, but she was way below par, and she was trying to figure out all the things to get her views up. And then she got handed this. Manipulate, almost stupid enough to get up stupid shit with, whatever. Ziggy type dumb. So, and played this creepy way. But she always has. And now she's back down like once a day, once every, There's a reason for that.
On here, and it backfired on you. You got Smiley subs. You got Smiley shit she didn't ask for. And you got Smiley a big fat payday.
What? How sick?
It backfired on your ass.
You got a big fat payday because you.
Yep. And now imagine if you're Smiling, all this was a plan, manipulation, you knew to expect, and all the little maneuvering and the chess pieces, in play that night. And you dare come out here after all this shit starts rolling downhill. And you look at your subs, your chat, the world, and you're like, and you're chewing somebody's ass and doing all this righteous, whatever. You tried to catfish me, but guess what? But it's all played. This is the drama that covers the truth. Then gets some more paydays that hides the reality of how far they're going in these cases, and then y'all buy it that Smiley really did because of some little troll. Yeah. But she's doing it in front of you all and saying these things that are not true because she knows, because she played with it and did the chess moving to pieces. But yet she can come in here and mind fuck you all like this right here and do it with a straight face and be acting like she's really talking to that troll. And how they actually just got her a big fat fucking paycheck. Just like they all expected. Got a whole bunch of them paychecks, didn't it?
Exploited a father going through a traumatic experience, having a breakdown, pushing him to the brink. You got a big fat payday. Think about that. I don't give a shit. Put your opinions of Seth, Chris, Katie aside. These are family members of a missing child. She got a big fat payday because somebody decided to troll her, and it turned out it worked into a show that she got to watch the father have a complete breakdown. You can dislike Seth all along. You can have your issues, your opinions, all that. Doesn't matter. It doesn't change that he is going through a traumatic event. And YouTubers continue to prey on the vulnerable. Did you hear me? Trevor Lee? Josh from the lab? Slimy? Spanky? Brittany J? J for Justice? Dolly Vision? You pray A balance. You don't even deserve a fucking mention. You're so gross.
Wait, what was
All
that?
of you think it's JLR members of a missing child.
Listen again.
Going through a traumatic experience, having a breakdown, pushing him to the brink. You got a big fat payday. Think about that. I don't give a shit. Put your opinions of Seth, Chris, Katie aside. These are family members of a missing child. She got a big fat payday because somebody decided to troll her, and it turned out it worked into a show that she got to watch the father have a complete breakdown. You can dislike Seth all along. You can have your issues, your opinions, all that. Doesn't matter. It doesn't change that he is going through a traumatic event. And YouTubers continue to prey on the vulnerable. Did you hear me? Trevor Lee? Josh from the lab? Slimy? Spanky? Brittany J? J for Justice? Dolly Vision? You pray A balance. You don't even deserve a fucking...
Oh, AB. A balance. No. Not A balance of the fake accounts and fuckery and the setting up rooms and the summer roast and all the things. No. Wait for it.
Mention you're so gross. All of you think it's JLR, BHB, Justin on TikTok, Pascal. Fucking gross.
And guess what? It reeled in the real Seth and the real Tony.
Oh, did it? Just as planned? Did it reel in the real Seth and the real Tony? No. And then where was that hopping to? What was being put out around certain places you knew they'd be watching? And who maybe slipped messages or text in or around those people around Seth to let him know and to maybe see or put eyes in your rooms and all that? Who did that? Oh no, it was just a troll. Get him.
But you know what it also did? It hurt Trevor Lee.
Oh.
And Trevor Lee did not deserve that.
He absolutely did. And I want to know where you were last week too, Slimy, because according to somebody in the comment section, which I don't know, I knew about the other one. I didn't know anything about you, but it sounds to me like somebody thinks that you might have been there too, trying to get in on a child custody case. I'd love to see. If anybody knows, let me know. I'd love to know. I showed you the comment. It just makes me curious because that's where Trevor was. Why would they include Smiley in that? I don't know. Maybe they're wrong. Could be.
And it didn't do a damn thing for Sebastian. You know, Katie's son, Rickety Cricket?
Yeah. Katie, Seth, and Chris's son.
Oh, it didn't do anything for Sebastian, Smiley, AB, the rest of the crew, and on this shit, JL, all the fingers to Trevor's, while they're blaming an unknown troll to you all to make it seem like it was somebody else but not them, and they aren't working in a concerted group effort to do this again, and have been since the beginning, and they aren't planning you know what? It's fine. You listen to all of us around all these cases from the way back till now, or you don't. Law enforcement, feds, others telling you the same shit time and time again, or you just keep listening to this shit and pretending like it is. All of us were just Looney Tunes, we're just this, we're whatever that. Law enforcement, feds are apparently lying to you as well, you know. But oh yeah, things like Smiley. Oh yeah, they must be like the gospel. It's just us being mean to these heckin' critters because we don't actually care about these babies and all these things being done that are horrendous and always open and active investigations. We're just meanies, you know. We don't care about children or victims or people going this real life and doing all these terrible things. No, we're just evil and we're suspects because of you. Couldn't possibly be that we're like, hello, is anybody out there? Hello, are you hearing us all yet? From all the cases, past to present. Are you hearing us yet? Is it getting through? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna take some more Pepto. And while we're here, let me give you an example of this type of chat fuckery and accounts and all the. And the thing is, a great deal many of y'all know what episodes they go to because you all play in it yourselves. Wrenches or not, and otherwise, and y'all do the discords and the top tiers and like y'all get enough wins, no. But for example, the Shannon and Ziggy bullshit the other day, where Shannon got the ranch after doing all that over, all this, that, and the other. It was psychological, emotional manipulation leading up to certain things. They knew I was vulnerable at the time. I was obviously crying. That shit's sick as fuck. Ziggy and Shannon clearly got busted doing it. Nobody batted an eye. And then last night, for you all who were watching, you can see Juniper come over here. And I knew when I read the comment, it was like, mm-hmm. And yeah, that good. That way, when you all read it, it looks like one thing, right? It's like, oh, nobody's going to tell her, or Spider-Man's going to bite her. Now, most women, they're going to flee from a spider. They're hoping on a reaction. I'm not that type of bitch anyway. But, at the very least, what is it going to do? It's going to... And then, I'm like, ain't no spider ring. And clearly see I'm not buying. I didn't have the squirrel reaction, jumping up and doing whatever. And it's like, oh no, it went behind the curtain. It went behind the curtain after a second too, right? Did y'all catch that? The reason why was to make me be like, all this on a fucking camera. You know why? So that it went with Ziggy and Fred's narrative. Oh, drones and shit yesterday, right? Jody Sue and the histrionics and the crazy and the 51. That Jenny, Adrian, the rest already went with CS, the whole nine. Plus for years been called that, right? But Ziggy and Fred had just had a live where they were talking about drones and GSP. Did we move cameras under your shit and blah blah, right? And they can play it off to y'all and y'all can giggle about it. They can get a clip that shows me doing this right here. Play it as, oh, GSP, look at her. See, we told you, right? And giggle about it. Ziggy can play it on our live and make it look like something it's not. And y'all have good giggles. Meanwhile, what you don't realize in real life that's actually occurring is that Ziggy didn't know what named her the brand. They also know, obviously, just like y'all do, there's been a couple deaths here twice in a row. On top of that, we have found cameras here linked to our devices that are the spy cams that run on SD cards and all kinds of good shit. And I'm sure this group is well aware of that and them. It's just what it is. So, anyway, but last night was an attempt at, oh, squeal, because they think of that like that might happen, because most people would be like, oh my god, spider. I'm not the type. And, that's why I bothered to rewind it. It's kind of like, no. And they're like, oh, but it's behind the curtain. It went behind the curtain. To get that response, clip art, boom, Ziggy and Fred look like. After they said that shit, like, you see how manipulative and psych fuck you that is? It psych fucks you all, manipulates you all, also makes us look certain ways. And they know people buy that clip because they've been fed certain shit for long. And under the narrative that people are crazy and paranoid and whatever else, right? They went along with Ziggy and them narratives. So I guess Jennifer got herself a ranch or something. Who knows what out of last night. But that's the examples trying to give y'all. But, and just two of millions been through here. But everybody's like, oh, she deletes everybody in chat and blocks and blah, blah. Yeah, I wonder why. You know? We know. And you all just buy the bullshit. Some of you, anyway. And everybody has a good time. Good guy, bad guys, team bads is here. In these cases, and y'all don't see it as real life, you have a hard time seeing this as real humans. You think it's all just in good fun or jest, or no, they really all are crazy, just like the tragic films say they are. You know, they're this, they're that, they're sus. No matter what we do, it's just like an abuser. No matter what the fuck we do, these creators will find a way to explain it to y'all, or be like, oh, well, no, if they're fighting back, or they're saying whatever, it's just because they're sus, or they're, guilty, or they're not wanting by searcher. They don't want this, and they don't want us helping, and hashtag where's the child, or where's the woman, and whatever, right? The opposite is true. That's just an abuse tactic. It's abuser 101 to try to discredit their victims and those telling the truth on them. And it works pretty well around these blocks for some reason. Anyway, carrying on.
Yep, it didn't. It actually made content out of a father going through a terrible time. And then you know what? Chris Proudfoot still went on Clues, did an incredible job, and didn't have one horrible thing to say about Seth. Isn't that shocking? That they continue to give Seth grace. They continue to not do the same thing that you guys continue to want out of Seth because it makes content for you guys, right? Lisa K, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Cabana. This gets worse, guys. Trigger warning.
The son that Katie don't seem to give a damn about. And it hurt Seth. Because now people don't want to go looking for his son. That's right, YouTubers. Smile around and fuck off. Smile around and find out and do whatever in the hell.
And that line she just said there about, oh, well, now because of you all, you little troll this here, nobody wants to go look for this child anymore. There's a line we've heard before. Isn't it? But it's them doing all this fuck shit. And then they have made sure that real searchers are out. They've made sure real PIs are advocates and they're out. They've inserted those who play with YouTube. They've tried to get their searchers in, tried to get the JLRs in, much like she did at first. All this and that. They've taken away all the real things available to these families. They've inserted to where they tamper with real searchers and things there for the best of reasons. And they've created wars between them. They've put PIs and pathways, probably made people think it was their own ideas, all kinds of shit. But that those people will play with YouTubers and social media. They have taken over everything, and they do that in every case. You know, the real advocates instead turn to some asshole like Trevor or fucking JLR or Bullhorn. Oh, we're your advocates now, you know, or spokesman, or instead of real PR or anything else or whatever they are. It's a mullet, it's a this, it's a that, it's a PG, it's whatever, right? Some Jim Terry shit or whatever around the blocks. You know, they go in, they destroy, they pit, they cause trouble in the media and around the case to the point where they're getting the real things removed. The real searchers and things to where they can't search because of all their eyes, ears on scene meat like JLR and Dolly and all them videoing and putting out where they are. So they have to essentially stop these searches or deal with you sons of bitches every day. And, you know, it's dangerous for the investigation. It's dangerous for all of it. Everybody out there filming shit. And, you know, these motherfuckers move and shake in a way to where they're controlling and starting to control anything and everything around the case. And around the parents, the families, law enforcement, courts, you name it. We're passing terrifying social media insertion. Well past it. Oh, it really did that.
Yeah. The only thing, like, something that, you know, I always come to you with these, like, weird questions. To do a live about something that had nothing to do with kids, nothing to do with Sebastian, nothing to do.
It was victim status. We heard you. We saw the notes that you had. Bree says she drove a nail through Sebastian's face because she realized he was nowhere on the screen, and he still isn't. So, I mean, he does look like a fool, a whole damn fool. Bree, the way she frantically ran to get that hammer and she couldn't find her tape was crazy. Thank you, Cleo, for becoming a member. There was somebody else that became a member, too. J-Dub, Mickey. Mickey, thanks for the gifted memberships, too. Touch Grass, I missed that, too. Thank you for always bringing the truth and facts. These motherfuckers are trying to destroy. Yeah, they absolutely were. It was a calculated, coordinated effect to affect Chris's custody case. The reality of what it is.
To do with any case, get off of here and go on about her business. Because, see, Smiley don't come on here 2, 3, 4, and 7 times a day.
She did.
Like others do.
And I had to rewind a bit.
Because I don't care about the money. That's when you see people doing that, they're the ones that care about the money. But what you did, you got Smiley on here, and it backfired on you. You got Smiley subs. You got Smiley shit she didn't ask for. And you got Smiley a big fat payday.
What? How sick?
It backfired on your ass.
You got a big fat payday because you exploited.
Also, when she had Chris and stuff on, remember what she said to him about the money and things, and how she works hard and there's no problem with that, because she would have had to own it at that point. And remember many times she said she wasn't making money in Summers, but we all clearly seen her Mon's chat box dropping all the things, and then they'd erase them instantly out of chat, and all this and that. Remember that? Yeah.
A father going through a traumatic experience, having a breakdown, pushing him to the brink. You got a big fat payday. Think about that. I don't give a shit. Put your opinions of Seth, Chris, Katie aside. These are family members of a missing child. She got a big fat payday because somebody decided to troll her, and it turned out it worked into a show that she got to watch the father have a complete breakdown. You can dislike Seth all.
Somebody didn't just decide to troll her nonsense. Or the other rooms at the same time. It was purposeful. And they all knew it, and they were all in it.
Belong. You can have your issues, your opinions, all that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change that he is going through a traumatic event. And YouTubers continue to prey on the vulnerable. Did you hear me? Trevor Lee? Josh from the lab? Slimy? Spanky? Brittany J? J for Justice? Dolly Vision? You prey. A balance? You don't even deserve a fucking mention. You're so gross. All of you think it's JLR, BHB, Justin on TikTok, Pascal. Fucking gross.
And guess what? It reeled in the real Seth and the real Tony. But you know what it also did? It hurt Trevor Lee.
Oh.
And Trevor Lee did not deserve that.
He absolutely did. And I want to know where you were last week too, Slimy, because according to somebody in the comment section, which I don't know, I knew about the other one. I didn't know anything about you, but it sounds to me like somebody thinks that you might have been there too, trying to get in on a child custody case. I'd love to see. If anybody knows, let me know. I'd love to know. I showed you. It just makes me curious because that's where Trevor was. Why would they include Smiley in that? I don't know. Maybe they're wrong. Could be.
And it didn't do a damn thing for Sebastian. You know, Katie's son, Rickety Cricket?
Yeah. Katie, Seth, and Chris's son. Yep. It didn't. It actually made content out of a father going through a terrible time. And then you know what? Chris Proudfoot still went on Clues, did an incredible job, and didn't have one horrible thing to say about Seth. Isn't that shocking? That they continue to give Seth grace. They continue to not do the same thing that you guys continue to want out of Seth because it makes content for you guys, right? Lisa K, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Cabana. This gets worse, guys. Trigger warning.
The son that Katie don't seem to give a damn about. And it hurt Seth. Because now people don't want to go looking for his son. That's right, YouTubers. Smile around and fuck off. Smile around and find out and do whatever in the hell y'all want to do.
Wait, that's supposed to be scary?
And big fat black mouth that's over there talking about me.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
She didn't.
She did.
Oh,
y'all heard
she
it.
did. Let's hear that again.
Oh, she did.
Because now people don't want to go looking for his son. That's right, YouTubers. Smile around and fuck off.
Wait, what? Did she just
smile around and find out and do whatever in the hell y'all want to do?
Yep, she did.
And big fat black mouth that's over there talking about me. She wants to call me white, whatever. Well, let me talk about black mouth.
Ooh, Justin, of course she'd be your friend. You like to hang out with all the racists, don't you? Like Molly Golightly.
Justin also enjoys hanging out with homophobic assholes, too. Including her. It's real weird, Justin and a bunch of y'all around here. And do you think this is the first racist anything Smiley said around his part? Hell no, it ain't. She also, obviously, as we all know, will talk very sexually explicit about children's genitals. And know that that's what she's talking about. And talk about spreading them and all this other stuff. And she'll body shame minors. She'll sexualize minors. She did my child. Clearly with my child's name top list. Yeah, we all know that one's mouth, and she's a hate-filled critter across the board, xenophobic, racist, homophobic, you name it, right? And she enjoys talking about butts, buttholes, and genitals, especially minor children, sexualizing them, and tormenting them, harassing them. She enjoys still stalking my minor child across unknown accounts, and hidden ones. Been asked to stop for many years. She was doing that before we were in public. Her and a couple others. She is yet to. She thinks it's just fine. She keeps finding my minor child's account and following, doing whatever. That takes some hacking, weird background fuckery. You know? But she's been doing that long before we were ever public. I mean, long before. She still won't stop it. Carrying on. Don't believe me, the videos are over here on what she's done. But we all know this ain't her first rodeo with racism or homophobia or any of that. But yeah, y'all will forget by next week and it'll be just fine. But damn, like, Hills is different, but y'all just gonna let this fly with Smiley over here? You gonna let it fly like you do with Lockdown and the rest of these creators? Because you do every day, including AB and the others. But when it's time to target somebody, then you'll be like, oh god, Doug has tattoos on the back of his leg, or BK said whatever to me. He was notorious for it, but, y'all only choose and pick which ones at the time. But they're all doing this, and have been for several years. They all hate the little mongrels, but this ain't our first rodeo with racism. It's just not.
You replaced Molly for this? At least Molly bought you some stuff. At least Molly sent you some super chat. All this one does is have an eyebrow running off her fucking face. Ma'am, You need to go find the missing eyebrow, please. It really distracts me.
And I'm not talking to anybody black in here because I'm not against blacks.
Oh, what?
Yeah, she did it. Because she's not against law, it's fine for her to say that to a person. But if she follows it with, well, I'm not talking about in this room because I'm not against. And then, I don't know. It's fine, you know, just let it fly, I guess, right?
What?
More rewind.
Wait, what? She didn't.
She did. And she doubled
that
down.
You guys continue to want out of stuff because it makes content for you guys, right? Lisa K, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the cabana.
God helps.
This gets worse, guys. Trigger warning.
The son that Katie don't seem to give a damn about. And it hurt Seth. Because now people don't want to go looking for his son. That's right, YouTubers. Smile around and fuck off. Smile around and find out and do whatever in the hell y'all want to do.
Wait, that's supposed to be scary?
No, it's her. It's Smiley's version of Doug, her idol's thing, but now she's put it as Smiley. You know, she's a big Doug humper. That's where she comes from.
And big fat black mouth that's over there talking about me.
Wait, what? Wait, what? She didn't. Oh, she did. Let's hear that again.
Because now people don't want to go looking for his son. That's right, YouTubers. Smile around and fuck off.
Wait, what? Did she just
smile around and find out and do whatever in the hell y'all want to do?
So she did the Doug one, and then she did the smile additive to my fuck around and find out one. Still stupid.
Yep, she did.
And big fat black mouth that's over there talking about me. She wants to call me white, whatever. Well, let me talk about black mouth.
Woo! Justin, of course she'd be your friend. You like to hang out with all the racists, don't you? Like Molly Golightly. You replaced Molly for this? At least Molly bought you some stuff. At least Molly sent you some super chat. All this one does is have an eyebrow running off her fucking face. Ma'am, you need to go find the missing eyebrow, please. It really distracts me.
And I'm not talking to anybody black in here because I'm not against blacks.
Oh! What?
She wants to call me white trash. Let's talk about Miss Fat Black Mouth over there.
Oh, dear.
And y'all support this.
Trevor Lee had every damn right to come up here and defend himself, ma'am. I used to respect you. I have no fucking respect for you no more. You are one that sits on there. You like to be messy. You sit on there 5,811 times a damn day to collect that money, don't you?
I'm not sure who she's talking about exactly right now. She doesn't ever...
Wait for it.
I don't know who she's talking about.
Are you racist much? You want to talk about poor, pitiful black me, and you want to sit over there and call people white something. Tells a lot about you, ma'am.
Well, ma'am, your racism just came out.
For the 14th time, y'all forget by next week. Or you'll condone it. You'll ignore it. She'll swear it's just because she was hated at the moment and do an apology tour where she takes up cash.
So we've got the short butts comments, the Dutch bus comments, and now the racist comments. All in freaking 10 minutes. Awesome. Wow. Look at her.
Maybe your ass is a little fluffed up because AB's giving somebody else some attention besides you, Queenie.
And there it is.
Who is she talking about? Is she talking about Tiffany Marie?
No. She's talking about a channel we all know that AB built in the Summer Wells community with the Scamathon. I was there for it, and I can testify to it. That other channel Smiley's talking about had like 2 fucking viewers being created like the night before or that night. And AB and all them, that's when they're building the Build-A-Bears, right? Like, oh, run over to this room, they're great, they have content, whatever. And he sends everybody to that room. Well, I go there, it's like 2 subs. Everybody sub. By the end of the night, they had thousands, right? Within a day or 2, they'd all have view time, they're enough to monetize. He and this group built many through that scamathon that way. AB was the one directing them to build these channels up so that then they could have like a little hive network, right? And that was a promise. A lot of creators or people out here paid for that overnight build by AB and them during summer's scamathon, right? And throughout all that for days and days and days. And then a lot of existing creators were paid well for allowing Summer's Marathon to run through it. So the one that Smiley's in a fight with is one of AB's picks and built channels. And that tells you that AB's paying attention to Smiley, doesn't it? So why is AB paying attention to Smiley right now as fake accounts or manipulating the parents of a missing child in and under their names and likenesses and things, you wonder? Who do you really think's behind those accounts and shit right now? Again, think about it real hard. Or do we need to put the Jeopardy music on? Now right there's your tell. AB is circling and around and paying attention to Smiley. She's being like, Queen, the vault, right? What, he ain't showing you no attention right now, Lisa? Are you mad? There you go. Was AB circling her and doing the things? Right as fake accounts are rolling in different rooms, like AB did with my name and many others throughout this? That we had to turn into the FBI and the Canadian Moose Munch and the Mounted and the Royal and all that? I can't imagine who might be behind some of that. Or the rotating rooms or... Yeah, it's fine, guys. Just ignore the man behind the curtain, won't you? Ignore the truth slips. And the little things.
Wow. So we've got the short butts comments, the Dutch bus comments, and now the racist comments. All in freaking 10 minutes. Awesome. Wow.
And yeah, it is very much hate speech. And I don't care if other rooms AB built or not.
Maybe your ass is a little fluffed up because AB's giving somebody else some attention besides you, Queenie.
Who is she talking about? Is she talking about Tiffany Marie?
Yep.
Joseph. Who is she talking about? Who's Queenie? Who's AB? Okay, AB was the one that was going after Tiffany, right? Is that who she's talking about?
Yes, it is. AB, the fake accounts and
I don't know any of these communities.
And all of our identities with our images and fake Gmail accounts and shit in our names. Yes, that A balance, that AB. Yeah, the Scott Priest app of Canada. Nonsense. Yes, that one. With a channel he built up purposefully so during the scam. Yeah, that one. Carried on.
The vault. AB is A balance. I got that, but he was going after. All of us are like, who the fuck?
Y'all are fucking whole ass trips.
The Vault XL.
Nobody gives a shit about where the baby is, right? Except Dolly. He seems to be putting, where's the baby out? Where's the baby out?
Why is every child a baby? You know why? Because it's trigger language. I understand they're still children. But they do the baby thing. So you all, it's like with my little, they tried to infantilize. Now they didn't have problems like this one, sexualizing her and talking about her privates being stretched by food products. Weird shit where she went through a list and body shamed her and bullied her and this, but they, and like they did you all, it's like they try to infantilize, and it goes to hashtag, where's the baby?
And y'all keep worrying about what is Smiley doing? What is Smiley doing?
Crimes that, or the
And
Vault.
Matthew knows I'm right. Matthew is my friend. And Matthew is of color. He knows I ain't saying nothing wrong.
Oh my god.
Whoa! Are you fucking joking? She did not just do that. She pinned it.
I hadn't heard that quite yet. She just pulled the I have a black friend. Jesus Christ. After being a racist. We're just going lines.
Matthew is of color. He knows I ain't saying nothing wrong.
Whoa!
I've seen her do the same shit with Justin on panel. Make homophobic jokes, slurs, and she's like, oh, but it's okay, Justin doesn't adjust. He knows he and I are fine. He's my friend. Right? This is actually it's the same stream, I believe, that she did all that to my daughter in. She was really fascinated by buttholes that day and made jokes at, gay men's expense, because of Benny supposedly, porn bombing her with his butthole, and whatever, and she was giggling and laughing about it, but then she later tried to file on him for, just, whatever, but, yeah, and she made homophobic jokes and stuff, and it was like, it's fine, Justin knows we're good, and blah, 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 and I have a gay friend, same shit she just pulled here. Right? Same thing. No, Robin. It's Dinesh. Are we talking about my cancer right now? Any of them? I don't think so. And if you know enough to ask that question, then you obviously know. So there's no need to answer or ask that question to begin with, other than to distract off what we're talking about.
The Vault. AB is A balance. I got that, but he was going after. All of us are like, who the fuck?
Y'all are fucking whole ass trips.
And Robin, I'll do your dirty work for you. Let me see. It's going to be about my smoking or my voice. Alright. My voice is funky. Can't understand me. I smoke. It's bad for everything. It's whatever. I might die. Who knows? Who cares? There, see, it did all things for you. You good now? Alright. Later.
The Vault XL.
Nobody gives a shit about where the baby is, right? Except Dolly. He seems to be putting, where's the baby out? Where's the baby out? And y'all keep worrying about what is Smiley doing? What is Smiley doing?
Crimes or the Vault.
Matthew knows I'm right. Matthew is my friend. Matthew is of color. He knows I ain't saying nothing wrong.
Whoa! Are you fucking joking? She did not just do that. She pinned his. So she's talking about the Vault XL. The Vault XL, according to people that I trust in the comment section, that's who she's discussing. Yep. It is the Vault XL that she's discussing right now. But then she pinned Matthew's comment. Yeah, TM, she was talking about AB. Like, I don't know all of this shit. I will, Duchess, I will. Let's get through this part. And then she just pinned, wow, no, this is not good. This is embarrassing.
So y'all can get a fucking grip. So don't even try me with your bullshit today.
Oh, thank you, Chasing. Okay. Yeah, you guys are right. That's who she's
lady.
No, it was Chasing, of course.
Thank you, guys.
I was catfished. And when Seth come up here, you know what? I still back Seth. That man is broken. He come in here.
Let's go back and listen to that full rant again. Let's just go back here for a second and listen to that full rant. I'm sorry. I think it's important. People need to hear what she really is. And then, Duchess, I will play. Actually, let me do the bus part first. About the bus. And then I'll go forward.
All that. But what I want to show you is.
Here we go.
Because I want to show you this. I didn't expect any of that the other night. And if you were watching, for those that didn't get it, it was not clickbait either. I heard that one. The brownies, and I had a whole nother title, was because I was doing an entire different show that had nothing to do with no missing kids, nobody in the YouTubes.
Weird how that is. Each time she just suddenly accidentally has one of these parents or others pop up and just out of the blue after a troll or something, lures them in, or they've been whatever, or whatever it is, and then poof, there they are, but her stream was going to be entirely unrelated to it. And so that way they can play this con job. They're so used to this playbook, and they know it works on you. Y'all are being mindfucked, bro.
It had nothing to do with not a hill of bean or a price of eggs in China.
Okay, the bus comments are coming up. I need to remind you before you hear these, though, she claims that she has a couple children that are special needs. So she's really comfortable using these terms, which is.
Yeah, that's her newest thing. None of us had ever really heard it before until. Oh, suddenly Sebastian's case come up, and all of a sudden that's what she's going with. I guess those are separate children, and the ones that are all in trouble for meth charges and things that she has. Like, all of them. Carrying on.
Yeah. Nothing. So it was not clickbait. The only reason I changed my title to Seth and Tony and others came up because I was asked to. And I left my brownies up. So no, clickbait is not that. I think you need to look up the definition. So we're going to get into all of it. But this is what was brought to my attention. I don't usually like to use people's names. Unfortunately, right. I guess in this case, because some people, and they don't like me to use this term, but I'm going to use it. Some people are on the short fucking bus, and some people sit way back in the back of the class. So I guess it does have to be explained.
There you go.
word for word.
Wow.
So, and I didn't even know who this cray was and then people kept sending me stuff or telling me to watch her or whatever. And I done told somebody off on her that comes in here as a regular, and they don't come in here no more because I found out they were with the Dutch bus. I said, I have no use for this. Consider the source. They're all together.
Yeah, because
this nonsense lady.
Imagine Smiley going, yeah, consider the source. They're all together. Yeah. Okay, Soap Eater. And y'all who have been here long enough, y'all know this woman done ate soap to get at me and to do fuck shit and be weird around me. She also created a kitchen nook to look like mine. She went and bought pajamas to dress up as me and look like it was. She ain't okay, alright? Her, Shay, Susie, they on the same level. What? Y'all, I'm gonna keep fucking around until I find out. I swear. It's getting cold. And so I thought I'll put a hoodie on and grab another cup of ice. Really just sort of semi-fell into like corner edge of a door. My fucking whole face.
That
I don't feel good.
who is a tragedy pimp. Why don't y'all go get on the real tragedy pimps, okay?
Yeah, man.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Did she really just say it?
That makes money on me every day. Every day.
Excuse me? So she's saying people calling out and making money. She's serious. She realizes tragedy pimps only work one way, right? That they're the ones like her who insert go rely on, stalk, harass, terrorize, fuck around, do whatever to real everybody's around all the open and active cases and investigations. Right? Tragedy pimps are her. Right? But now she's trying to say tragedy pimps go after her. No, anti-tragedy pimps do. And the anti-tragedy pimps do. Because remember, they had to start that shit after we made that moniker stick for half of them, and they had to break off and create a third branch to play from, and that was around Quentin Slimon's case. Rap and ICU and Justin and Dolly and Ollie played in that too, and the whole clown. Y'all remember? If you've been here long enough, you remember when they started that. So yeah, but people making money off our name. Excuse me? Yeah, I mean, the other she's made off Summers, Dawn, Candace, Grandis, mine, my children's, everybody else's are internet hunters, and putting out misinformation, misleading line on neighbors, trying to trespass on properties, getting a hold of Dawn's dad. Let me see, she's also responsible for the Becky with the good or bad hair out of Armstrong's office bullshit. She also was one of the only ones ever to receive a, I believe, job application by Detective Pruitt. Here in Summer's case, she got caught lying at Summer's vigil on neighbors, trying to protect from her trespassing. She went to Justin at the vigil, lied to him, got caught by me when I called it out. Others made videos of it because I'm not a video creator or anything. And she just continues, man. She is full tragedy pimp. Alright? Full tragedy pimp. She's a whole ass hot mess.
But anyway. Hey. So,
if I'm making all this money off of these people, can somebody tell me where that went? Duchess, I need a raise in this MLM that we got going on here.
While this is going on,
this nonsense lady, the Duchess.
Thank you, Tammy T. Oh, thank you for being a member for 4 months. So, yeah, she goes, so this rickety cricket.
Okay, we heard that part. So now I'm going to fast forward. So there was the bus comment.
They're going to have y'all chasing the stupid accountant name and blaming it solely on it as long as they can. They do not want to get busted doing what they're all doing in a concerted group effort again. And the ways in which they do this, enact it, how deep, dark, and dirty, and complicated it is. So if they rely on, do not let them do this again. I've been asking for weeks anyway, since I seen Trevor really hook in and others start advertising for him, pushing him randomly. Yeah, I knew what was afoot. I've been telling y'all. It's the same play-by-play. Same playbook. Please just stop. Please call it out.
Throwing shade at me and Duchess. And then she talks about this troll account that was in here. I don't know who's behind the rickety cricket. It could be anybody for all I know. I didn't throw much weight into it. Okay, then
I do, and I swear I think the initials you're looking for are going to start with SA as in Scott, or no, SP. Wait, what is it? AB? Oh, that's one of them. It's a pre-step, it's a balance, it's a, or just one of their little lackeys as a buffer in between. It definitely comes probably from the AB sphere. Alright, carrying on.
And we're going to go into, we're going to fast forward to right here. We're going to go 33, and then we'll hear her racism again.
Do we have to?
Come on. Okay.
And you can't get it back. That's how. Some people want to know. So that's how.
Oh.
Anyway.
This way.
And then, hold on a minute.
Here you go.
And then
you'll hear the whole
shows you how they vet. And then, and then he says, but it was nice to watch Smiley have her moment with Fall for everything she said about Katie.
We can even go further ahead.
Business. Because
see, they're prepping with this. They're also prepping a war between her and Queen, others, and this rickety accounts. That way, then that distracts you all from really what slipped out here and shit. Y'all start going, what's going on? And then you also get eyes and stuff on Queenie. You help build the channels, the views up, this and problem. But it'll center you on, focus you on some sort of big bad drama with her, AB, Queenie, whatever. But there is none. It's manufactured. It's meant to keep y'all here and missing the forest for the fucking trees and what's truly happening and truly going on. Meanwhile, it's all bullshit. The truth is hidden behind it. But it's also outright and said outright for you all to hear and see, as long as you know what you're looking for. Or you've been around these blocks long enough to which, or have compiled on these fuckers, But it'll have you concentrating on goofy bullshit. The drama aspect. Oh, what's going on in these channels? Nothing. They're just going to use that as a thing to lay blame on, keep y'all away from real truth, and to keep y'all distracted from what they're truly doing. And how. And whom all is together.
Smiley don't come on here 2, 3, 4, and 7 times a day. Free.
But she was, and she was desperate as hell till she got them interviews that just fell in her lap after trolling. Did it really do that again? Better not have. Don't do this to me. Wow.
Gross.
That's insane.
I don't know who she's talking about.
Are you racist much? You want to talk about poor, pitiful black me, and you want to sit over there and call people white something. Tells a lot about you, ma'am.
Well, ma'am, your racism just came out. So we got the short butts comments, the Dutch bus comments, and now the racist comments. All in freaking 10 minutes. Awesome. Wow. Look at her.
Maybe your ass is a little fluffed up because AB's giving somebody else some attention besides you, Queenie.
Who is she talking about? Is she talking about Tiffany Marie? Joseph. Who is she talking about? Who's Queenie? Who's AB? Is it okay? AB was the one that was going after Tiffany, right? Is that who she's talking about? I don't know any of these communities.
What's weird for me, though, is nonsense. Just a couple minutes before had obviously mentioned A balances. Channel seems gross, cretin, didn't deserve whatever. Everybody knows A balance goes by AB. You know what I mean? Well, I just don't understand it. Whatever.
The vault. AB is A balance. I got that, but he was going after. All of us are like, who the fuck?
Y'all are fucking whole ass trips.
The vault XL.
Nobody gives a shit about where the baby is, right? Except Dolly. He seems to be putting, where's the baby out? Where's the baby out? And y'all keep worrying about what's Smiley doing? What's Smiley doing?
I mean, remember, she called out A balance with Justin, Dolly, the rest, blah, blah. Molly, the others had played with in other cases, so I just don't know how you follow Molly and them as long as she obviously has and not know AB and all things. And the crew that, so I don't know. And that was before Smiley.
Crimes that
And Matthew knows I'm right. Matthew is my friend. And Matthew is a color. He knows I ain't saying nothing wrong.
Whoa, are you fucking joking? She did not just do that. She painted. So she's talking about the Vault XL. The Vault XL, according to people that expressed in the comment section, that's who she's discussing. It is the Vault XL that she's discussing right now. But then she pins Matthew's comments. Yeah, TM, she was talking about 80. Like, I don't know all of this shit. I will, Duchess, I will. Let's get through this part. And then she just pins, wow, no, this is not good. This is embarrassing.
So y'all can get fucking real. So don't even try me with your bullshit today.
Oh, thank you, Chasing. Okay, yeah, you guys are right.
That's who's lady.
Thank you, guys.
I was catfish. And when Seth come up here, you know what? I still back Seth. That man is broken. He come in here.
Let's go back and listen to that full rant again. Let's just go back here for a second and listen to that full rant. I'm sorry. I think it's important. People need to hear what she really is. And then Duchess, I will play. Actually, let me do the bus part first. About the bus, and then I'll go forward.
All back. But what I want to show you is,
here we go.
Because I want to show you this. I didn't expect any of that the other night. And if you were watching, for those that didn't get it, it was not clickbait either. I heard that one. The brownies, and I had a whole other title because I was doing an entire different show that had nothing to do with no missing kids, nobody in the YouTubes. It had nothing to do with not a hill of bean or a price of eggs in China.
Hey, the bus comments are coming up. I need to remind you before you hear these, though, she claims that she has a couple children that are special needs. So she's really comfortable using these terms, which pisses me off.
Nothing.
And I mean, when you boil it down, not only can you compare these things to other cases and what's happened to them, how they've done this, very eccentric and whatever. Extreme multifaceted shit. Luring in, hunting, triggering, mine, all the things, right? This has already happened more than a few times inside of Sebastian's. Several with her, a couple other creators, as parents and others around the case of jump panels, and crime stories obsessed Emma. That's pretty damn blatant of an example of it. Hell, just compile all those together. Like, wait a minute. What the? What are the odds?
So it was not clickbait. The only reason I changed my title to Seth and Tony and others came up because I was asked to. And I left my brownies up. So no, clickbait is not that. I think you need to look up the definition. So we don't get into all of it. But this is what was brought to my attention. I don't usually like to use people's names. Unfortunately, I guess in this case, because some people, and they don't like me to use this term, but I'm going to use it. Some people are on the short fucking bus, and some people sit way back in the back of the class. So I guess it does have to be explained.
There you go.
Word for word. So, and I didn't even know who this cray was until, and then people kept sending me stuff or telling me to watch her. And I done told somebody on her.
Now, granted, Crime Stories at that point was pretty desperate to get away from what her and Ryan found fucking untruth. got up to with Summer Remains Creek bullshit there a few weeks ago. So she needs something, yeah.
That comes in here as a regular, and they don't come in here no more because I found out they were with the Dutch bus. I said I have no use for this. Consider the source. They're all together. Yeah, because she's nonsense, Lee. Who is a tragedy pimp? Why don't y'all go get on the real tragedy pimps, okay?
Yeah, man.
I don't know why. That makes money on me every day. But anyway.
Yeah. So if I'm making all this money off of these people, can somebody tell me where that went? Duchess, I need a raise in this MLM that we got going on here.
While this is going,
And she's talking about the Dutch bus, right? Thing about that is, well, part of the other hive does rotate over there just to get those grannies and everywhere else's, and oh man, they all hold and keep their own monsters separate and all the things, don't they? In ways.
going on.
This nonsense lady.
Not really.
Thank you for that number 4 months. So she goes. So this rickety cricket.
Okay, we heard that part. So now I'm going to fast forward. So there was the bus comments, the throwing shade at me and Duchess, and then she talks about this troll account that was in here. I don't know who's behind the rickety cricket. It could be anybody for all I know. I didn't throw much weight into it. Okay, then we're going to go into, we're going to fast forward to right here. We go 33, and then we'll hear her racism again. Come on. Okay.
And you can't get it back. That's how. Some people want to know. So that's how.
Oh.
Anyway.
This way.
And then, hold on a minute.
Here you go.
And then
you'll hear the whole
shows you how they bet. And then, and then he says, but it was nice to watch Smiley have her moment with Fall for everything she said about Katie.
We can even go further ahead.
Business. Because see, Smiley don't come on here 2, 3, 4, and 7 times a day.
Free.
Like others do.
Thank you.
Because I don't care about the money. That's when you see people doing that, they're the ones that care about the money.
She doesn't care about the money, but we just heard her say that the troll got her a big old payday. Okay?
I remember her explaining to Chris what it was when he was like, I'm not okay with y'all making money. She's like, well, these programs sound like PG. Well, the programs, and we work hard, and blah, blah, and I don't have a problem with people making money, and, I do flyers, and I do this, and I do that, and whatever, said Smiley, right? I deserve the money. She really said that to Chris, y'all remember, just a few short weeks ago.
But what you did, you got Smiley on here, and it backfired on you. You got Smiley subs. You got Smiley shit she didn't ask for. And you got Smiley a big fat payday.
But she doesn't care about it.
It backfired on your ass.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
And just the cleansing of her background since that thing with Chris and her moving back to this background sort of tells you everything about, she knows we all know.
And guess what? It reeled in the real Seth and
it reeled in the real Seth.
Real Tony.
And the real Tony, and she's proud about that big old payday here. Quick thank you to Evil Queen Yaya. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Brianna, thank you so much for the super sticker. Dono Train to buy you a big purple fluffy hat. You're going to need one apparently at this.
And that she decided that wording and all that right there tells you everything. It really did.
Great, who knows? Nikki44, thank you for the super sticker. Y'all are too kind. Thank you so much. Okay, let's listen to Buckle Up, Trigger Warning. Here comes the racist rant. Okay.
But you know what it also did?
Here you go.
It hurt Trevor Lee. And Trevor Lee did not deserve that.
He did, sadly.
And it didn't do a damn thing for Sebastian.
Oh my
you know,
God,
Katie's son, Rickety Cricket. The son that Katie don't seem to give a damn about. And it hurt Seth.
Yeah.
Because now people don't want to go looking for his son. That's right, YouTubers. Smile around and fuck off.
Yeah, the narratives, huh? Intentional narratives. Intentional.
Smile around and find out and do whatever in the hell y'all want to do. And big fat black mouth that's over there talking about me. She wants to call me white, whatever. Well, let me talk about black mouth. And I'm not talking to anybody black in here because I'm not against blacks. She wants to call me white trash. Let's talk about Miss Fat Black Mouth over there. Ooh. Ooh. Trevor Lee had every damn right to come up here and defend himself, ma'am. I used to respect you. I have no fucking respect for you no more. That you are one that sits on there. You like to be messy. You sit on there 5,811 times a damn day.
So who she officially, we know for a fact, is talking about is the Vault XL. That is official from trusted sources. That's exactly who. Y'all in the comments were spot on because I was confused as hell.
Hold on.
You collect that money, don't you?
This is wild. I'm so sorry to that creator too. She don't deserve this. I'm sorry. Even if you don't like somebody, you don't have to do this. Yeah, it can be Jones, and absolutely.
Are you racist much? You want to talk about poor, pitiful black me, and you want to sit over there and call people white something. Tells a lot about you.
Whew.
No. Come on.
Ma'am.
She throws Clue in here too. Just wait. She does talk about Clue too. She talks about Clue, Duchess, me, the Vault XL. I think there's one other person too. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is wild. This was just a few minutes ago. This was today. This was
maybe your ass is a little fluffed up because AB's giving somebody else some attention besides you, Queenie.
True. The Chronicle's true. True.
Y'all are fucking whole ass trips. Nobody gives a shit about where the baby is, right? Except Dolly. He seems to be putting, where's the baby out? Where's the baby out? And y'all keep worrying about what is Smiley doing? What is Smiley doing?
Not where's the baby at, but where's the baby out? Where's the baby out? I feel like it's a slip of the tongue, like that one time Molly Go, got the moniker Molly drains blow dry for me. Yep. I think you slipped there, Smiley Soap Eater. It's like Benny's whole, Pickett, missing child's case, any case, blah, blah, hunt and till. Molly's got the drain the well drained. Now you've got this one. Wears the baby out. That's right, y'all wear it out until the last dog hunts and the last well is dry, don't you?
This is uncomfortable.
And Matthew knows I'm right. Matthew is my friend. And Matthew is of color. He knows I ain't saying nothing wrong. So y'all can get a fucking grip.
Repeating what she...
I do love how she puts his comment at those, like, and speaking for him. Like he's somehow the... He knows I ain't doing nothing wrong. Like, did he say it himself? And is he the spokesman for everyone that's POC across the planet? Yeah, ma'am, you're racist.
She said, just to clarify, she said Matthew is of color. Matthew is of color.
So don't even try me with your bullshit today.
Oh, I'm not trying you. I'm just letting you show your ass.
And lady, I was catfished. And when Seth come up here, you know what?
You are not, you fucking liar. Y'all knew, all of you knew it was planned, enacted, plotted, schemed. Y'all know, stop this shit. Ain't got no... Now you're gonna try to distract with the drama. Queen this and some rickety crickets account that they'll have y'all chasing instead of the real shit. And them. And their little critters in between and how they really work. No, look over there real quick. See how it works?
I still back Seth. That man is broken.
This is just...
He come in here disrespecting my channel, and I'll tell him to his face. I'm telling him right now. He come in here disrespecting me and my channel. The reason...
Chico, right?
The reason he knew he was on panel. He come in here. The reason he got over here. Thank you, Donna. The reason he got over here because somebody had just came in my chat. I won't name them. Somebody was in my chat. If you know, you know. They just got there. They were staying with them.
Electro.
And I said, where is Seth after waiting over an hour, and had over 1,200 or whatever, 13 people in my chat, 1,300 in my chat. And they said, I don't know. I just woke up. They called him, I guess, because evidently he wasn't home. Somebody was in my chat. If you know, you know.
Listen again.
They just got there. They were staying with them.
Electro.
And I said, where is Seth after waiting over an hour, and had over 1,200 or whatever, 13 people in my chat, 1,300 in my chat.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, I don't know. I just woke up. They called him, I guess, because evidently he wasn't home. He was at the school, obviously.
Oh, they called him? Somebody made him aware that somebody was pretending to be, and then there was 13. Oh, no.
And Seth was at least man enough to come over here and show up. Because
man enough to come here and show up for what? For what? You all pretending there was really somebody you all didn't know. Pretending to be him. Saying all things, and then a room full waiting on him at 1,400 that you knew would appeal to his thing, just like you all do the opposite to Chris. and trigger him, you knew it would appeal to him. And yeah, he was man enough to come over there. For what? All he had to tell you was I'm asleep. That wasn't me in your chat. Y'all knew it wasn't. You knew. And then you had the room primed, playing stupid, and this drama hiding around it, and then viewers pushed y'all by, well, those handy dandy room timers and pumpers and all that, And then somebody notifies it? Oh no. But yeah, I'd love to have an answer for, at least he was man enough to come over here. Make that make sense. But there you go.
Because me and Seth has never had no beef or nothing. So Seth comes over here. I'm telling y'all word for word what happened.
T-Rev was, yeah.
So Seth, Tony was with Seth. Seth and Tony.
Tony, Seth, T-Rev 757, yes, they were all together.
Oh no, and Seth and Tony were together probably by, and this was probably known by, someone, people stalking on the ground, people stay in the ears of Tony or Seth, let y'all know these are them, and you might get a twofer, no, nothing like that would ever take place around here. Like we now had eyes and ears on the hill and knew when to enact certain shit or have 423s down there, Doug's and CM's those on the phone and interviews and all the things, right? Or people on the hill like the Sanchez's and Tates and everybody else feeding info off for when somebody was drinking or doing this or when y'all thought they were most vulnerable in order to manipulate and set up and tamper with. And you do that around everyone and everything in all cases. But yeah, no, you don't say I'm fucking shocked.
When he comes over here. Right?
I do too, Chris. I do too. I agree.
I got a whole lot to say about Tony in a minute, so y'all just stay tuned.
She's been
Seth comes over here. But Seth disrespected my channel, I still feel. Seth come in swinging. Not that he didn't have a right to, but he should have come in talking about, he blindsided me.
Oh, get it. Man, he has a child missing. Again, you don't have to, your opinions on him, his behavior, everything. You can have them.
And they really can with a dead ass face look at you and go, oh, he came at me, he did this and whatever, and sideways, knowing they've enacted all these moving parts and chess pieces. Knowing they're the reason these people are made to feel and meant to feel these ways and come in sideways to begin with. They can sit here and be like, man, they came at us sideways, and they know what they've done, dude. In order to get and elicit those responses and to get them on panels and in their chats and doing the things and lure them in and hook them in. Duh. Get it? Come on.
I'm not trying to take them away from you. But he is factually under a lot of pressure and stress, and everybody around him has been opportunistic. And she is playing victim in this whole entire situation. Y'all, I'll read those all in a minute and we can laugh about it. I'm trying not to mix the two because I want to laugh at your guys' comments in this.
You mean placed around, highly recommended by worms in the ear, boots on the ground, weaseled in, inserted in, that's what you mean. And they were always meant to be, opportunistic. That's why they were planted there and all real ones moved away and, everything. Real advocates, real searchers, real crews, real this, real that. And then, there come the tragedy pimp oriented inserters and shit playing their roles, like they have in summers. Fake this, fake that, shitty this, shitty that, shitty advocate, not real, whatever, Yeah.
What you're saying, but I don't, this is so gross. This is unbelievable. Thank you all, though. I see you.
I understand he's lost a child. I understand he's been out searching. But after I had time to think about this yesterday before I come on here and say anything, he come in swinging at another YouTuber or another creator. He didn't come in and say, Smiley, we didn't, what is...
My gosh. Seth or somebody, they came in swinging at another creator. They have to defend the other creators themselves against these people, these cases, at least call them out somewhat or being a little iffy with them. And my gosh, poor creators. And the thing is, half of these people call them out, like Chris and I still don't even know how dark and deep they're going. But yeah, God, I had to come back and say, is this person we're clearly all fucking with and know it? And then I had to, poor creators. Excuse me? No. I don't care if it's Chris or Seth. I don't care what they say about any creators. It's shit. I'll go with this. Poor creators. They came at us. No, bro. No.
Is this about? He come in swinging about where he was at and then talking about a YouTuber and a private eye. I had no fuck idea what was going on. I didn't even realize had I been catfished or fished at that point.
You weren't catfished.
I was like, whoa, what's going on?
Slimy, let me explain catfishing to you. Catfishing is you.
Mm-hmm.
You. Brittany J is a great example. Her avatar picture is a picture of a beautiful young lady. But then when you see the real her, it's a jump scare. Again, still beautiful.
Like Robin and Bindar and everybody else, like all of them. No, y'all are not taking Tiny One's stuff. He's tiny. I'm not doing it. No, and you already had your 11, so he needs extra. No. There's all y'all's foods and treats right over there. Y'all are fat as ticks. He's tiny. He needs more. He gets extra. I hate that for you. No. No. I'm doing it. Get out. Doesn't know. Thank you.
Just not. It's like a magazine. The cover is really polished, beautiful pictures, but then you flip through it and...
Look here, Deathbringer. It's not happening for you. Don't you do it. Good grief, they're extra.
And you hit that one page where you're like, damn, what happened, Gina? That right there, that's kind of like a catfish situation. You kind of are that way too at times, sorry, but it is what it is. That's catfishing. What happened to you was trolling.
You should see the pictures and the fake names she uses to, I don't know, stalk people's minor children. She knows what a catfish is, huh?
Trolling, and none of your mods conveniently checked that account, but you said your mods are amazing. They always check accounts first and foremost. So to me, again, it goes to lend credibility to the fact that you knew that this was going on because none of you attempted to vet that it was Tony and Seth.
Oh my gosh, I mean, like, Bob and all them and all the rooms were set up and the creators were in the know before it ever took place, and they never bothered to check, and oh my gosh, we didn't know until it was too late and we relied on the mods. Shit, where have we seen that before? Oh yeah, many times. In many cases, including Summers. Oh gosh, I left that too. Oh no, I didn't verify. Bullshit. So you also know that they all expect it, they know what the game is, they know the chess shit, they know what they're doing and working together to do it. Any other day of the week, them and their mods would instantly check these accounts, and most of their mods or headwinds check each one in here. And they would damn sure check an account like that.
You got trolled.
Every mod in her room would be like, we gotta verify. They did. So, bet every mod in her room, or at least the main ones, did they go down by numbers? Somebody might want to go count chats, compare them. Honestly. Before and after, did she build up certain mods? Did she take away certain inches? Were there certain mods present that hadn't been before? That should tell you everything, and, who and what were behind each of the mods. Because, even when I still step into chats, after this long, they verify it's me in there. Tell me they wouldn't verify whether Seth or Chris or Katie were in bullshit. They wouldn't. And that they would do so without even having been asked to do so. Tells you any mods really present throughout that trolling thing with Rickety Snickets or whatever knew with absolute certainty it was. So, and none said anything. Whole time, an hour and a half waiting on Seth. Wondering where he was. None of them went back even in chat and live stream and looked. Verified, made sure they weren't being trolled, though most of these mods know clearly. Come on. Y'all want to buy this bullshit out of Smiley's soap-eating mouth? Soap-eating racist mouth? That? Go ahead. Pretend her mods and shit weren't in it too.
Whoa, you're talking about my friend, and you're talking about Trevor, the one who's been, I'm confused here, the one who has got all these missing kids out here, the one I have been praising all this long, the one that's going, what in the hell is going on? And then
there's a lot going on behind the scenes that people don't realize. There's a lot. Oh, that's right there. That's a catfish. Right there. If you were to send a well curated picture to somebody and then they caught you at that angle, I mean, we all have horrible angles. It just happens. But if that's what you looked like 24/7 and not this polished, that's a catfish. Two different pictures, kind of thing, lying about that kind of stuff. Your looks, that's a catfish. You got trolled. Trolled.
Start talking about the private eye. I don't even know what the hell's going on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then you're going to talk about, wait a minute, you're not lying. And then, yes, Trevor Lee popped up. And I just hit the button and let him up. You know why he popped up? I didn't go get Trevor Lee. Lady, do you not know? Do you know how he popped up? Because where I gave Seth the link when he come in, when somebody says, Seth is in chat now. And I gave him the link to come up. The link was still there. Trevor had grabbed the link. I didn't send Trevor no link. I didn't send for Trevor.
He didn't.
But if that would have been me, I would have grabbed the damn link too.
You didn't send for him?
And when I'm sitting here in shock, Trevor clicked the link and I saw him. And yes, I feel he had every right to defend himself.
Oh, come on. Seriously? No. Either way.
You would have had the right to defend yourself. They would have had the right to defend themselves. And I don't care who they were. I don't care who they were. You don't tell me how to run my show, and I don't tell you how to run yours. No, there's no excuse for it. Whoever Smiley is, there's no excuse for it. I'm sorry, there's no excuse for it. And then at that point, and wait a minute, this gets better. At that point, they knew they tried to blackmail Trevor. None of us knew this at that time.
Oh, come on.
The word blackmail is really problematic for me, and I would love to.
I'm actually kind of interested. Why does it keep doing? No, you're not different. Seriously? No, I'm different.
Hey y'all, happy Monday.
Say Smiley.
And we're back in third quarter planning. Adams is quarterbacking this project, and she is looking pretty tired, Jill.
She's stuck, Bill, and that deadline is looming.
It looms for us all, Jill.
Wait a minute.
We didn't, what is this about? He come in swinging about where he was at and then talking about a YouTuber and a private eye. I had no fuck idea what was going on. I didn't even realize had I been catfished or fished at that point.
You weren't catfished.
I was like, whoa, what's going on?
Slimy, let me explain catfishing to you. Catfishing is you. Brittany J is a great example. Her avatar picture is a picture of a beautiful young lady. But then when you see the real her, it's a jump scare. Again, still beautiful, just not. It's like a magazine. The cover is really polished, beautiful picture, but then you flip through it and you hit that one page where you're like, damn, what happened, Gina? That right there, that's kind of like a catfish situation. You kind of are that way too at times, Sorry, but it is what it is. That's catfishing. What happened to you was trolling, and none of your mods conveniently checked that account. But you said your mods are amazing. They always check accounts first and foremost. So to me, again, it goes to lend credibility to the fact that you knew that this was going on because none of you attempted to vet that it was Tony and Seth.
Accurate.
You got trolled. Whoa, right? You're talking about my friend, and you're talking about Trevor, the one who's been. I'm confused here. The one who has got all these missing kids out here. The one I had been praising all this long. The one that's what in the hell is going on? And then there's a lot going on behind the scenes that people don't realize. There's a lot. Oh, that's right there. That's a catfish. Right there. If you were to send a well curated picture to somebody and then they caught you at that angle, I mean, we all have horrible angles. It just happens. But if that's what you look like 24/7 and not this polished, that's a catfish. Two different pictures, kind of thing, lying about that kind of stuff. Your looks, that's a catfish. You got trolled. Start talking about private eye. I don't even know what the hell's going on. Whoa. And then you're going to talk about, wait a minute, and then yes, Trevor Lee popped up. And I just hit the button and let him up. You know why he popped up? I didn't go get Trevor Lee. Lady, Do you know? Do you not know? Do you not have?
They
Do
knew
you know
what they were
how
going to do.
he popped up? Because where I gave Seth the link when he come in, when somebody says Seth is in chat now, and I gave him the link to come up, the link was still there. Trevor had grabbed the link. I didn't send Trevor no link. I didn't send for Trevor.
He didn't.
But if that would have been me, I would have grabbed the damn link too.
You didn't
Alright. Can you see me enhanced and hear me? Took a minute. It's battery race. Let's see.
Send for him.
And when I'm sitting here in shock, Trevor clicked the link and I saw him. And yes, I feel he had every right to defend himself.
And he's so
You would have had the right to defend yourself. They would have had the right to defend themselves. And I don't care who they were.
And you're telling me that the link was still there to grab when Trevor popped in the chat after y'all sitting there waiting like an hour and a half on the real Seth show, and Seth or Trevor could just go back and grab it. Was it pinned? If not, I'm gonna call bullshit. It would have taken him forever to do so and find the link anyway, even if he'd had the ability to do that. But
I don't care who they
okay, sure.
were.
Sure.
You don't tell me how to run my show, and I don't tell you how to run yours. No, there's no excuse for it. Whoever Smiley is, there's no excuse for it. I'm sorry, there's no excuse for it. And then at that point, and wait a minute, this gets better. At that point, they done knew they tried to blackmail Trevor. None of us knew this at that time.
The word blackmail is really problematic for me, and I would love to see exactly if they were trying.
I don't know, man. They do that all the time right here with creators who get caught, busted, damn near get the group caught, can't keep up the storylines, fuck up shit. And generally speaking, it involves some sort of amount around 10K or some weird shit or a threat or something to do with their children or whatever, you know, keep them in line. But we see many of those. There's also blackmail letters like the one written to us and put online and all these other things. Yeah. So there's many versions of that. There's also shit told to someone that's like the chase shit. It's forms of blackmail and all this other crap that then inevitably become the call and shit in summers and then the squall stuff and if you don't speak now, go to Benny or this or TN, you know, squall's gonna make your son look like, right? There's all those forms of blackmail here. You know.
Trying to extort something out of him, blackmail him. That word is pretty hefty. I don't know if it fits the situation, but one thing I know that they weren't, in my opinion, attempting to do was to frame him. I think it was all set up. I think it was baited for him to take the fall because they know he hasn't been honest with a lot of people and they could hold it over his head. However, Seth isn't honest with people either about the involvement in the things that have been going on in the back end, so it is what it is. But then I've also heard people claiming that they did all of this stuff with the phone call and released the phone call because there was death threats made in the phone call that the lab released. That is not a death threat. I'm sorry. It is what it is. But use of terms like this is very important to know what you're actually.
None of us.
Because a death threat.
I was going to say, wasn't that kind of like the one between the sisters and Dawn that was played at one point and threats to her, but you know, those sort of were real threats and things are fucked with. It's fine, you know.
That is not what Chris said to Seth. He basically said he didn't shut up. He was going to shut him up. I mean, that's pretty common language.
Knew it at that time. Thank you, Brown Eyed Girl.
Doesn't
Thank
bother
you so
me.
much.
It is what it is.
And I'm sorry, I'm just getting a little upset. But then, Now that I think about it, thank you. Now that I think about it, and then Seth was up there talking about, because we're going
Hmm. You know, there's only so many chatters and members and things right here who go about the time and effort it takes to capitalize every word in a sentence. There's only so many of those. This one looks awful familiar.
get it all out today, and then y'all can make your choices what you want to do. I don't care.
Get it out.
Because I had a whole day to stop and process and think about it, since I didn't ask for none of this. But since my name's going all around, good and bad, on the internet.
Good and bad. Listen to her. She's so concerned about her name.
So I come in here just for y'all, because I think you would deserve an explanation.
Explain.
You deserve to hear the truth.
We ain't
The
heard
truth,
the truth
honey.
yet, man.
Yeah, people do deserve to hear the truth. Give it to us.
Of everything. And honey, y'all better go get Cher, because I'll be talking about her too in a minute. It ain't bad.
Oh yeah, yeah. Go grab Cher. We all need that.
Y'all be better going and grabbing her too. It ain't bad, but excuse me. But build it up so then you can distract off of this shit and have something else to go to. Okay.
It ain't bad.
First person I'd call.
We're going to get some facts out there.
You know.
Facts. I'm going to put it all out there.
Oh, God. Is she getting ready to pull a PG on us? The only way she can do it is by members only. And live, and they'll be up probably between her and Queen or something. I don't know. So please say no. Please say no.
Because I think it's important everybody know the truth. Smiley's going to get down with it today. Just because I woke up and I feel like it.
How much longer is this going to take, ma'am?
But then I thought about it, and I thought Seth was up there. After I watched and I watched and I rewatched, Seth was up there telling Trevor, "Get down off the panel, boy."
Yeah, you allowed that to happen.
What? Although I was lost for words and in shock, this is not Seth's live. He don't run my panel.
If she was in shock over you, ma'am, are you okay? You need your blood?
No, she's not okay. Nope. She's horrendous to children, survivors, this and there. She talks sexually explicit about private parts of minors and stretching them open and all kinds of things. Body shames. She eats soap. She dresses like people. She creates little, breakfast nooks to look like a. No, she ain't okay, man. She ain't okay. She ain't ever been
Pressure
either.
checked. If that sent you into shock by having a feud on your, you allowed all this.
I had to watch that a bunch of times and go, what? What?
Huh?
Really?
She had to watch it a bunch of times.
And I mean, I allowed that, but I didn't allow it to be allowing it. I was like, I was full blown in shock. That's the first time I think I've ever been lost for words.
No, bitch, let's be honest here. You are trying to play the fence. So you're trying to keep your relationship with Trevor Lee. Totally fine. Whatever the case may be. You want to ride that fence. And you also want to ride the fence of Seth. You want both opportunities here. So you just remain silent. You were trying not to get involved because you were trying to figure out, how can I keep
No, she knew she was involved and she let this shit show go down. Stay to the backish of it. This is the cleansing of it. Her pretend she had nothing to do with it. So I figures out that they're all working in this way, in this extremely and extraordinarily manipulative, and the tactics and all the things used. And who's playing with who, how, what, when, where, why, you know? Come on now.
Both sides happy, so I'm the best one that is impacted here. That's what you guys do. It's not about what's right or wrong. It's about what side benefits you the most at the time.
Honestly, I really think
That's a lot of people, though.
I was just in shock.
You weren't in shock.
The more I go on YouTube and on with all this stuff, I really am just in shock. Just when I say I can't be surprised, I am surprised more. I mean, watch this. Hold on just a minute. Just watch this. And this is the nice version. Please share this guy's link. I love him.
Oh, God.
I'm speeding her up, y'all.
Definitely happening tonight is very interesting. Seth Rogers, Sebastian Rogers' dad, this is Smiley's story world. She's wonderful.
Oh, God. Hold on. Nah. I don't know much more else I can stand.
She was talking on her panel
Please share this
tonight,
link.
and she went live, and she's a great person. And she noticed that Seth Rogers was in the chat, and so I'm going to let this play. And this is probably about halfway through the show, so something definitely happened.
That's not Seth.
Another to add to the list here.
I was reading what Seth was saying about Trevor while I was waiting, and I thought that was a troll.
But he does come on board.
Have mercy, honey, honey.
And he
Lord have mercy.
gets irate with these mad. He is really, really.
No, and Cher? Absolutely not. This place would never with Cher. Obviously, she's been busy somewhere, slithering about the background. No, don't say it. Never. She'd never get around these cases. Her, Bullhorn, the rest of the crew that clearly and obviously worked it. No. Each and every case. And if she's been talking about and picking up steam around Sebastian's too, no. That supporter and enabler of monsters and shit. Hell no. She'd never do such.
Superman.
And her and Smiley.
Okay, hold on a minute. Hold on. Where is that is Seth? Are you kidding me? Seth, come up here. Because I couldn't believe what he wrote. I thought it was a troll. I thought that was a troll.
Smiley's world. And boy, folks. And trigger warning, there is going to be some language here. Yes, there is. Poor Self. Boy, he's going through hell.
Seth, please come up here.
Praise it.
Moonchild, I erased the whiteboard completely because we will be, today as soon as we're done doing this one, we're coming right back and we will be doing the full whiteboard as in order, though, by interviews. We will be putting the team members in play as they are brought in by Seth in Seth's own words.
Alrighty then.
I saw this, I'm like, oh boy.
Hi, Seth.
See, right here in front of Beach High School. In front of my son's high school, of course it's me. Trevor Lee, you slimy little slime ball.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord.
Seth, what's going on?
Chloe, I asked her to step back because she was leaking stuff. I know you don't got me in the show yet, but she was leaking information. Oh, I am in the show. My bad.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. There was no accident about that. He knew he was up there. You can tell when you get added to a show on StreamYard. He knew that he was in the show. I don't buy that at all. This was intentional. Again, it is what it is. There's been a whole lot of stuff going on.
You're in the show. Hold on.
I figured I'd go backstage talking to you, Smiley.
No, you're in the show. Mic drop.
See that right there? They really tried to say he didn't know he was up there? Well, no, if he grabbed the link out of the chat, whatever it wants it. Yeah, no. There's no way he would have missed the channel unless he hit the direct link sent to him through Messenger and he thought it was a back behind private meeting or unlisted or something like that. But I guarantee he knew. No way. Whatever. Carrying on. And then do remember Smiley's words from a minute ago. It said at least he was man enough to come over here. He said him and what's the name were asleep. There you know. At least he was man enough to come over here. So he clearly knew he was coming and shit was. That's the little things, ain't it? Carrying on.
Mic drop.
Pretty much. Yeah, Chloe gave the audio file to Trevor Lee, knowing full well that I would take the blame because I'm the person that does that. And then I did my own investigation to find out where it was.
He knew.
He sat there and leaked it off the podcasters and everything else, and then wants to get all uppity because I won't let.
It's hard to believe that Mint Mobile can get any better, but really, all it takes is a little imagination.
That's Smiley. I will let my PR person sit there and defend Chloe. Who the hell does Trevor think he is to sit there and tell somebody that's working for me to do something?
Smiley, I'm sorry, hon. I don't know who you are, and I don't know whose profile that is, but it's not mine. I've been with Seth all day.
I didn't say you were coming on my channel.
Somebody was out there saying that we were coming on the panel.
Smiley's just like, what the hell is going on?
So this guy's going to defend her, and she's like going to try to take up for herself. But let's go to this part.
Begging them to
I don't want to hear all that.
Start going off about other people and other things. You're expecting a hello, or in this case, he didn't know. Okay.
Oh, man. Those around him are just straight pimping and dirty as shit. And pretend to be goober mopping this time. Pull in and get the responses. Trevor does the thing. Oh, okay. Good Lord.
He could explain to me he didn't know, whatever, and he went from there.
He knows.
And Justin had took his time and took questions from the people and whoever was getting their kicks and giggles, just crickety rickety, whatever. You know, which everything was backfiring. They were getting their jollies off of that. You know,
Nobody.
I don't know. Hold on a minute.
Did you say kicks and giggles or shits and giggles?
Hold on a minute. Hold on just a minute.
This is so weird. These people are all weird. It's all weird. Come on. Wake up.
I can't find it, Millie.
Those eyebrows come with the glasses. MK.
I can't find it. Color print it again.
Yeah, Vic, right?
I don't know. But whoever was getting their jollies off of that, I just don't know. But, you know, I understand that Seth, I understand what he's going through, and I understand that he should have, thank you, Eddie, that he should have, you know, leeway and stuff like that. And I understand all that, but none of this made anything right. And what I feel like is, I feel like he said things that he wanted to say, Christopher Proudfoot, that maybe he, and this is just my opinion and my thoughts, and if it's not true and he didn't want to, maybe he should say these things to Chris, and not.
How are they turning this on Chris and Seth? This had nothing to do with Chris. By the way, that fake account of Chris, you should have vetted that too.
Take them or bash them out on the people that has kept the name of his son, which is perfectly clear.
Oh no, the fake Chris account.
No, it's actually
the fake Chris account that wasn't vetted either. Oh no, never. What? What do you do?
actually Katie's, Seth, and Chris's son. All things can happen. I'm sorry. Yeah, stepdad, dad, it doesn't matter.
There's some reason we keep stressing that we should think otherwise, but we won't even go there. I mean, there's no doubt it's his son, okay? There's no second thought. They look just alike. Looks like Seth could have spit him out. But, you know, there's no reason. And this is my opinion. Tony?
Their son. So what?
I understand that's Seth's decision. It don't matter what I say or you say or whatever. Tony's a snake in the grass. Tony's a damn snake in the grass. And Tony, you know who I am. I'm nobody important. But let me tell you something.
I don't know. I don't want to listen anymore. I don't want to be that in depth. Whatever the hell is going over here. I just think all this is quite enough. I'll leave them to actually covering the cases. I'm just doing the fuck the tragedy pimps aspect. So Alright, I am off here tonight. I don't feel good. Don't need to be here anyway. And, I'm gonna drop her link. So if y'all are, whatever, you can go over there and do whatever. I don't know what I missed in the last portion, whatever, but it's getting a little too far into details in that case for me as opposed to just. So. Anyway, and just the getting enough out there to show within a short time frame what they're doing, how they're doing it, and how they do in each case. That's what I was after. So, and that's why I bothered to bring my 6 cell phone here. And I'm sure there might be more inside of that live of hers, but I just do not have it in me. Now, listen. I don't know what the blackmailing Trevor's about, but never can tell real or not. It's whatever possibility. Never know, really. He did try to leave YouTube there for a bit. Just come back to finish 1 or 2 last things before thinking he'd be done and out. Who really knows? For he's well on his way with all the recent news pieces and everything to never have to deal with or do funky, weird, sketchy, shady shit around YouTube again. But coming back to finish up what's already been. I don't know. It's hard telling around here. And they do have habits. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all may be able to hear that. Just taste. Stomach really is just. Alright, y'all. I'm. Oh dear. No. I will make a note. If other channels are above the board, them advertising anything done by people that have been the worst, even music videos around Summer's case, you probably shouldn't be doing it. Especially with their real life known histories and what they've done in and around. While you're attempting to call out those like Ziggy, and you call out one nefarious ass player who's extreme as fuck too, and is probably wildly enough pumped out more misinformation and fucked up shit in even wilder fashion than Ziggy herself. I don't give a shit if you think they're well they okay, AI's music's good. No, you shouldn't be doing that. You should not be doing it. You're giving foothold to something even worse than Ziggy ever dreamed about being. Try not to do that, maybe. I seen that on the streets earlier today. Like, oh no, please do not. Please do not. Oh, they did it. But they may not be aware, considering. So, yeah. Yeah, alright. Why in the world would I want? I don't know. It's what made a request lapel pins. I think I'll pass. Alright guys, I'm out of here. As always, please do share the DV/Universal Hand Signal Trail. And please continue to share Summer's picture information, color by name. Y'all know my spills around all those things, right? And information versus not, and you know how many lives can be saved with the Universal Hand Signal Trail. And since I mentioned Spacenet, please do continue to share his picture information and call him by his name as well. Do remember there's also a Q&A over the Fed's website for him, just like there's Summer. Please take time to make yourself aware of facts in their case so that these people can get away with less manipulation of you and others. Please. And I think I may have mentioned Layla and Holland because of Trevor's bullshit, so please share theirs. And do remember the police departments and others have Q&As on them as well. Stick with real investigative journalists, real local surrounding law enforcement, not tragedy pimps, not social media. You're looking at the Ansleys, the Bobos, the Kingsport Times, WCYB, WJHL, Hawkins News over here, Rogers Review, you name it. Okay. And anyway, guys, I'm gonna rest. Y'all have a good night, good morning, and good evening wherever y'all are. Remember, little pebbles, little sparks in one voice. They all matter, count, grow, change lives, change the world. Enjoy the little speck in the vast cosmos. You never know when an average day will be not an average day. We're all only here for such a short time. Be human, decent, and kind. When and where you can. And you know, none of us perfect. Nobody's gonna be. But just when and where you can. Alright, y'all. You have a good morning, good evening, good